does sound like the last one.
And welcome, we are back. We're very happy to be back. We have a few changes. First of all, I need to make sure that my audio is coming through. There we go. Alright, and hopefully I didn't destroy anyone's eardrums today. Let me just fix these audio. So, right off the hop, guys, we've made some tech changes again. Hopefully this will solve a lot of our issues. There might be, it looks like there's a little bit of a slight delay or some, no, actually everybody wave hello. Let's say hi.
Hi.
Hello. Greetings.
What's up?
I just want to make sure that that's all synced for you guys.
Oh wait, that made me sound.
Right, yeah. Are you on Twitch too?
Okay, so we might have some moderate frame rate issues. I apologize if it seems sluggish, but the bright side now, we're working with some new tech to make sure that the sync is a little bit better, that the cameras are a little bit better. We tend to get this frame rate when the sun is coming in the background because here in Canada, we're just entering summer, thank fucking God. So we're not about to complain about that, but until the light in the background kind of quells a little bit, all the cameras have trouble kind of keeping up with the frame rate, but the audio should be well in sync.
That's cool.
And most importantly, Ranquess and Merkesh's camera. Can you guys just say hi at the screen, at the camera again for me?
No.
Again?
We already did that once. You get one greeting stream.
Well, you know.
I just gave them two.
What the hell?
Technically three, because I said, hey, what's up? And hi.
You're like that guy with the small
You're
nipples
welcome.
from that show Community. Van?
There we go. So finally, Ranquess and Merkesh are in sync, and I'm so happy. I've done hours of troubleshooting the last 2 days, which is why, unfortunately, I had to cancel the stream yesterday. But the bright side is we were troubleshooting all this technology.
You said we were in sync. He said he'd rather be one of the Backstreet Boys, and I said
no.
With that.
Yeah, no, it's not a Backstreet Boys reference.
But it could be.
We, if you can see behind me, I don't know if you guys can see it behind me, but there is.
Tell me why.
Hey, guys, he's trying to
out
stream.
here.
A little consideration
If
for
you
the
can
dungeon.
see behind me, we've got some new equipment that I've been testing. We've got 6 mics and a beautiful audio interface. I've been talking about it. It's just not quite ready, and I didn't want to be struggling with that.
Well, eventually he's going to have to be in a whole different room.
On the bright side,
be an individual sound
we do have
booths.
some quick announcements around that. Hold sit tight and just make sure we're all firing all cylinders here. All right, so quick announcements around the table. We have brand new audio coming in. Hopefully we'll have that in place for next week's stream. I keep looking at my laptop, which is the camera I used to be using, but now I'm using this camera, so I'll be talking directly to you guys. We've got a little bit of a new camera setup. Like I said, we're running from an iMac now, which is a much stronger machine, so hopefully that will alleviate the, we had audio popping and issues with that. We're still using one mic for tonight. We're using the Yeti to pick up the whole room sound, but next week, hopefully we'll have the solution in place. We'll have really nice, super slick broadcast level audio, so that's something to look forward to. We are still running I saw the dog made another cameo. We're still running the giveaway. We might put an extra week behind it because I'm also looking into a better solution to run contests and giveaways on the stream. So you can type charisma in chat, it will enter you, but I don't have a way to actually roll it live. So we'll keep all the entries and we'll draw them and then we'll announce it hopefully on next week's halftime break with Charisma Check. So be sure to tune in. Keep us close. Sonnet, go lie down. Go lie down. Good girl. We had our Star Wars one-shot last week, which was amazing. First of all, on that note, this is probably the most important announcement, and I should have started with this. Welcome back, Tamasin, for rejoining us in the fray. Tamasin has completed the character art for the whole team, and we're going to share that with you guys at the halftime break. It's really great. We're all excited about it, so we won't be using these stock images anymore. We'll have personalized custom art that Tams / Megan, that's her real name,
is it?
I don't know. I think we use Tamasin more frequently now. So
if
we'll
they
be
did
showing that
your
to you
name.
guys on the halftime break. Really pumped
Amazing.
about it. The channel continues to grow.
Everyone.
And throughout the rest of the week, we'll be rolling out the new branding too. So we started with a new overlay for map making last Saturday, where we had some really great back and forth. Lots and lots of more people showing up, some really excellent conversation in chat. So if you can join us for Saturday or Wednesday or both or all of the above, and of course Charisma Check on Thursday, please do so because it's becoming a really great, fun community. I did promise that we'd be launching Discord this week. I haven't moved away from that just yet, but the audio for Charisma Check is a priority, so we'll keep working on that one. And of course, we have careers to keep afloat while we're doing this. Hopefully, someone's got to pay for all. We're gonna pay for all this stuff somehow.
How many days is the backstory that I write?
I tweeted today that I left encounter sheets in the office printer. I said it might inspire a different kind of boss fight than the sheets are meant for. All right, but we're gonna go around the table really quickly. Of course, as always, Johnny's going to be joining us in probably about a half an hour or so. When she finishes work, she gets on her way back. But right now, we're going to go because ding, the characters hit level 4 after the last session. So we've got a couple of new changes, some new tools to work with, some new toys to work with. And they are now starting to encroach closer and closer to their target, which is the proxy building attached to the arena in Hillsfar. So, and presumably where the Shadovar prisoners are being kept. So let's go around the table. Oops, there we go. Oh, hey, welcome. There you go. Okay, that did something funky, but I'm glad it went away. So thank you very much for the follow, Vadakar.
Oh,
Welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
He missed the Backstreet Boys reference.
Yeah.
Just got here on time for that.
Vadakar, I hear a big Backstreet Boys fan, so threw that one out for you. Yeah, sorry if the... Yeah, how's the theater thing, Mr. Ghost says? Yeah, it was Meg's this time. Brendan, who plays Ranquess, had the first one, which was Kiss Me Kate. Tamasin just wrapped up Legally Blonde. Both amazing shows. We had a great time going to see them. And I'm sure in due time we'll have announcements similarly for Twain, who plays Fine. Maybe for Jones and me, I don't know, because right now we're kind of D&D nuts, so this is our theater at the moment. But
drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's right. I can write encounters while I'm in the theater rehearsing, but we'll see. You never know. Yeah, so let's go around the table. We'll start with Meg, Tamasin. Talk a little bit about Tamasin and the choices you made and how the leveling process has gone so far.
For level 4, so mostly with Tams. Obviously, she's our major healer girl. So I was torn between whether or not taking a feat, because feats are super cool. But I think in this case, despite the fact that feats are super cool, it makes much more sense to up her wisdom, which is the modifier that her spells and all of her magic is dependent on. So I've upped her wisdom by 2, so she's a healing beast now. Great. She's like, yeah, I think the minimum healing she could do is what? Does it feel weird? Anyways, the minimum healing she could do is +9 to everything. So
Fly your healer flag, proud.
Don't make it weird.
I'm making it weird. Yeah, so that's been the main thought with Tamasin, and then I always think super far ahead. So like, probably we'll take a feat at level 8, but like I have to live that long, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully with all this super fun healing I could do now, I will. Yeah.
Very nice. Just heal-botting it up. Vadakar says Tams is hot. Vadakar. We do want to make sure that we show our players respect, however. They're more than just a pretty face. Vadakar is Tamasin's significant other in chat. So
Spoiler
let's give some
alert.
hype for Vadakar.
She's taken.
Can we get some chat hype for the significant other?
In case the
D&D
ring wasn't
supporter,
indication
enabler.
there, boys.
Alright.
So he's allowed.
So I just had one hand. I
controlling
did
this.
really well one-handed.
Welcome, Vadakar. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and so, like I said, feat's always pretty tempting, but sometimes it makes sense to go with the ability. And what's your, actually I can just take a look. I want to see what your wisdom's at right now.
What's my wisdom?
18?
Yeah, right now it's
What's your
18.
wisdom? Was it?
18.
18? Nice. So getting beefy. Level 4. So level 4 offers characters the opportunity to either take a feat, which is basically a set, let's say a power, an amendment to a power that's available from the catalog in the player's handbook, or you can increase one ability score, either strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, or charisma by 2, or 2 ability scores by 1. So you got some flexibility at level 4, and that's kind of the big milestone for all characters. And Twain, what do we see for Fine?
So for Fine, because he's played by someone who's not, like, has been a long-time fan but not a long-time player, especially for the 5th edition, I was trying to let the story dictate how he progresses. And so, especially at 4th level, there was a lot of back and forth. I thought, maybe, add some magic through a magic initiate. But I'm also adverse to trying for doing something that someone else has done. So I decided, okay, forget that feat. I'm going to do the stats because as a monk, I really could use some help with my armor class or AC. And then I realized, maybe I was playing the monk wrong because through much of research, I've noticed that in my head, I was playing a monk like a kung fu artist. All I could see was like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, up front, slug it out. But through my research, I realized that is the wrong way to play the monk. So I'm gonna try something a little different. The path before me is laid out a little bit differently. So I decided instead of going with a stat or with Magic Initiative, I'm gonna try taking the feat mobile, and that's going to be very key into the way I'll be playing my monk moving forward. And then I'll take my stat bonuses at level 8, which will then I'll bump my dex and wisdom up 1, which there I will get my armor class up to 17 then.
Okay, I want to ask you, of course there's no wrong way to play, but you might learn things about the class and the character that cause you to see better benefit or different
Correct.
benefit. When you say like you felt like you were playing it wrong or differently other than what you had envisioned or differently where you thought it could have gone, what do you mean by that?
So, like originally I thought, I'm such a huge Avatar Last Airbender fan that is the character I wanted to make. But with my backstory, I realized it was more fitting to do the Way of the Shadow. So I'm like, okay, not the way I wanted to go, so I'll do that. Then I was thinking, I wanted to be, we don't actually have a fighter or a barbarian in our party, so I thought...
We don't have a fight.
Sorry,
I'm literally talking.
He's like a PvP fighter.
I'm done. I'm done.
He needs a fighter who can actually do stuff.
Yeah, a fighter that hits things.
Right, like a tanky...
I refer you all to the kill count, okay? In the
All right,
lead.
I
as a
digress. I
fighter.
apologize, Merkesh.
No fighter allowed for
Right,
Merkesh.
but
You guys remember that fight where he did nothing? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, he was on box on the side. Yeah.
We all died and he was picking pockets.
It certainly isn't going to be helping you now, so mobility might...
But I wanted to be
Definitely
more
working.
upfront. I figured, like we have a lot of ranged fighters. We needed somewhat, like ranged combatants.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a little more front and center. And I got knocked down a lot because I realized I don't really have fighter stats, for damage and defense.
Things still hurt.
And they still hurt, yeah. So through some researching various websites, I was realizing that maybe I was just playing it wrong. So I want to try a different approach starting tonight. And we'll see if it works a little bit better. I won't get knocked down so
So
much.
you just Googled OP monk 50.
No, well, see, that's the thing too. I didn't
Don't
want to
Dr. Google your character. Don't Dr. Google your character. And by wrong, I think it's. I just want to like I said, it's not. You can do anything you want, play it a certain way. But like I said, there was a side of it that maybe you didn't realize that you
was exactly
awoke into. It's
right, yeah.
Twain and Fine are leveling together.
Yes, we are. It's very mere two sides.
Twain
one
has
coin.
reached level 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I love that. That's part of the beauty of the game too, because as Twain said, long-time admirer, first-time player, or newish player.
Yeah.
It's been a while since Twain played. The rest of us have at least played for the last few months or 6 months into 5e. So it's really kind of nice for us to revisit a player coming into 5e new again and doing it with us. So,
but I still want
that's
the
really
story to be what
Yeah.
takes what it does, and
Yeah.
so it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I realized there were some things I could have done differently if I really wanted to max out a monk,
cool. Right.
and I'm fine with that because it's not about hitting everything and being the
Right.
best at it. It's more about creating a flawed character and developing a story, and I that's what I like about D&D.
I love
Yeah.
that you said that because the flaws and the low abilities that previously are kind of seen as oh, it sucks that I'm being held back by this, but you can use them as tools to really create very interesting backstory and story elements and,
Guys, my character
and
can't do
engagements and
anything.
things. And sometimes even when you don't plan them, they happen. For example, we now know that Tamasin can't throw for shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Or
something
climb
that-
rope.
Or
or climb.
All decisions made by
Or
the
land
dice.
on her feet when she jumps in.
You just when you lean into the
Run,
character
jump.
elements, it really helps flesh that out. I wonder if I think this might be. Oh, so I was in studio mode in OBS, and I think that just fixed our frame rate issues. So I'm leveling as a DM, as a broadcaster, as a person, as a human being. Yeah, awesome. It's really good. It's nice to see that kind of evolution, not just as a character, but as a player too. What's up for Ranquess?
For Ranquess, the feats are just too tasty. But instead of going where everyone thought I would go, which was more damage and more boom, I actually took Magic Initiate, which is why Twain said that he didn't want to take it and duplicate somebody else's feat. But I went a little bit of an odd route based on just the last encounter that we had in the alleyway, watching my friends just go down one by one and not being able to do anything about it except for throw more damage.
Go lie down.
So I decided that this was the time to learn from Tamasin, so I actually did Magic Initiate into Cleric.
Yes.
So I have one cast
Oh,
of
you pulled it.
cure.
I
have
train
one
him.
cast of cure wounds
Interesting.
per long
Interesting.
rest, and I am now able to spare the dying, which means that I can just instantly use a cantrip, and they're not going to have to do the rolls anymore.
I didn't know this.
And I took thaumaturgy. So yeah, so that was the feat that I took.
Nice.
It was a little bit of an oddball for a sorcerer who's like damage crazy, but I figured it was a perfect character choice because these are the first friends that Ranquess has really had in his whole life. So seeing them go down one by one in that last fight after all they've done to try and help him out, especially being on this current quest, then I figured it was like the perfect time to learn from them and try and keep them up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to make a point there too. You won't see people come back to this table after leveling and just like, boom, I'm a paladin now, or boom. We're gonna storify those, and I really love the way that you've done that. You've brought those choices into Ranquess, and you're right. It's really interesting because what we know about Ranquess so far, it doesn't sound like something that would immediately be top of mind for him. So that's very cool. And like I said, I didn't even know this, so
Yeah.
I didn't really go into these guys. I let them tell me if they wanted to tell me, which makes it fun for me too, because then in an encounter, like I plan all this stuff out, or at least plan the options out, and then we see where it goes from there. But it's fun when there are things that I don't know too, right? It kind of forces me to think on my toes.
I told him he had to wait.
Yeah. Brandon doesn't give up the info too easily, and I admire that. And like I said, it makes it a lot of fun for me. Jones, what do we see from Merkesh at level 4 now?
So Merkesh. Now, when I created Merkesh, I had the idea of creating this fighter, assassin, rogue type character, and it hasn't happened yet. Because every time I level, it's just I keep going further and further into fighter. As from 3 to 4 for fighter, I got access to stats, which would have been nice, but the feats are way too sexy. I mean, there's so many great feats out there. I chose the feat that made the most sense from a role play, kind of the way the campaign's been shaping Merkesh. The time that I killed my brother with that lucky crit. The time that I was able to save the group with that natural 20 death save. The time that I was able to steal from that red robed wizard who could have turned me to a pile of ash. So the feat that I've chosen for Merkesh is lucky. It just makes the most sense. He's a lucky kind of guy, except now he's got that little bit of extra luck. I will eventually go rogue. It's going to happen. It's going to have to, because that's part of where I see him being shaped. And that Delta Force attack that Twain and I did when we climbed the wall.
That was pretty cool.
That's kind of where I want Merkesh to be heading.
Very nice.
It'd be nice to be able to make a successful strength check, but 11 strength is not going to do it.
It would be nice for you to be able to make a successful strength check.
I will continue juicing with the strength potions.
FYI, sometimes he does that and still doesn't make a strength check, so...
But now we have guidance.
But now we have guidance.
Guidance!
Excellent. Ghost made a good point to mention. You didn't. You saw the that with mobility you don't provoke opportunity attack
attacks.
from the
Exactly.
So and then there's disengage, of course, which is
Well, that was the thing. So
AKA,
I was thinking.
it is the fought end. Stick and move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick.
Yeah. And he's evolved that way too.
Yeah.
He has evolved that way. Excellent. Yeah. That's. Thanks for sharing. I'm excited to see that going. Sorry, I had some little frame rate issues that happened when I started recording. Guys, I'm trying to pull the recording straight from the broadcasting software, so bear with me. I'm gonna start it up again. We gotta see if it will handle it and not affect our frame rate. If it does, I'll just not record it and hopefully be able to pull it from Twitch later. But we like this it's like our visual scrapbook. It's like a documentation of not
I'm
only
scrapbooking.
our
Get it off, get it off.
together. So,
Damn it, litter! Damn litter!
Get it off me.
All right. I think it's gonna catch up here in just a second. I apologize, guys. Bear with me.
I don't know.
In the interim, I've been reading chat because I do that.
Yeah.
D&D 5th edition, if you're just starting out to get into Dungeons & Dragons, is a really great intro to the game. If you're looking for something that's D&D-like, but more complex, Pathfinder is a great option. It's got a shit ton of rules. It's, they're all fairly basic, but at the same time, I mean, like, you're getting a feat every other level.
Yeah, there's many
And
more
there's-
options. So
there's
basically, it's just a little bit more advanced, but same basic principles behind it. It's just a lot more options as far as characters, races, everything.
Right, and where D&D offers like 10 or 11 classes, Pathfinder offers like 170 archetypes or something.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
Crazy. And there's a lot
My
more
indecisiveness.
modifiers, a
I'd be
lot
done.
of
They-
affectionately called Mathfinder.
Pathfinder. There you go.
A lot more mods and stuff. So that said, let us dive into a recap. The team had made their way to the Vault of Swords and befriended the matron there named Ainsley and one of her associates. In doing so, they learned a lot about the Tempest Battleguards, how they operate in the city. They also acquired a very opportune observation position in a second floor room of the Vault of Swords, where they were able to observe the Thayan Enclave, which is the stronghold, the mini stronghold of the Red Wizards of Thay that exists in the Hillsfar city-state. During that time, they were able to observe the march of the Shadovar prisoners from some other location in Hillsfar to the Thayan Enclave, and with Drin's support, this is a rogue assassin that they've befriended as well, an associate of Laerlin's Round, and quickly becoming a friend of the party, but certainly an associate of Fine in his relationship with Laerlin's Round and their smuggling operation in Hillsfar. Drin was able to tell them a little bit about how the prisoners seem to have been marched on a schedule to and from the Thayan Enclave, from the Thayan Enclave to a location close to the arena for some reason. All he was able to determine beyond that from his eyes and ears in Hillsfar was that they looked terribly worse for wear, and when they left the Enclave, they were in a very bad state of disrepair. So there's something that's happening to them in the Thayan Enclave, and they keep going back and forth. Now, this left our champions on the last full day before the scheduled execution, which is tomorrow at noon. After staging their sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Their info gathering, or their seeking their intel for reconnaissance. Thank you. Their reconnaissance from the Vault of Swords, which is now somewhat of a safe haven. They were able to launch mini sorties out to follow the Shadovar prisoners, and they discovered the location where they're at least coming to and from. And this appears to be a proxy building that's attached to the arena that presumably they're being held in. Drin's spies were also able to offer the team that they had seen noble and very well-to-do citizens of Hillsfar coming and going from the proxy building. They had guards that it was heavily guarded, obviously, and they were exchanging on a semi-regular pattern, and that they could hear dogs barking throughout the day off and on. There also seems to be an exit from the back of this building that attaches to the arena on a second floor. Merkesh was able to successfully and stealthily make his way close enough to the proxy building to observe it over a period of 3 hours. And in that time, under the pouring heavy rain, which has completely changed the dynamic of Hillsfar, the soft white dirt sand, the fine sand that creates the flooring for most of the Hillsfar city has become thick and slick with mud, and the visibility was greatly reduced. But that worked in his favor, as he was nearly discovered by a Red Wizard of Thay and an Acolyte. But he somehow managed to not only deceive them into thinking he was a pauper, but he also managed to lift the coin purse of the Red Wizard through some amazing dice rolls and the power of imagination and survived that encounter. Now, in the meantime, the rest of the team were making their way
That was
through the
liquefied.
city, keeping close to the alleys, narrowly avoiding another confrontation with a set of guards through some clever use of minor illusions and some teamwork from Faerun and Chyna. And then the four, in Tamasin's absence at this point, managed to make their way to the outcropping that you will see in a moment when we reveal the battle map. They managed to subdue 3 members of the tower guard, and just as Merkesh was showing up to help with the battle, unfortunately the rain and the environmental conditions muted the travel of sound, and they weren't able to shout. Furthermore, Fine used his monk ability to silence the area, very smart, which prevented them from calling for help at the time. And Merkesh was able to stow and stash the bodies in a nearby hay bale or hay wagon. So, as we come back into session, we're now drawing closer to the proxy building. Merkesh knows the way. It's getting much later in the day, and the rain continues to pelt down around them as they've just now stowed the bodies. They've managed to clear their tracks as much as they can, of course aided by the otherwise unfriendly conditions with the climate and the weather. The rain continues to beat down. The overcast sky begins to continually shed this dim gray light on an otherwise quiet open setting. Most of the villagers have gone in, pulled in their wares, closed their shutters to brace themselves against what could be a storm or at least some heavy rainfall. And that takes us back to the current moment. And with that, we will reveal the battle map. You have your task before you. You've so far managed to narrowly avoid detection while inside the fortified walls of Hillsfar. What do you do?
Well, now that we've stashed these bodies, we should probably get away from them.
Yes, I agree.
Now, the execution's happening tomorrow, so we've got... I've got a fairly good idea of the guard rotation, where they are, where they aren't, when they come, when they go. I think I've pinpointed the weak spots. I think it's going to make sense for us to ascend the wall and go in from the balcony, and then take out whoever's inside, and then set up an ambush inside for when the Red Wizard shows up with the prisoners. Basically, we're going in the building, we're clearing it out, taking it over, and setting up a nice little ambush for our friends. And nothing like ambushing mages than silence. So that's going to be
discussing
good.
this out in the.
Well, no, I'm saying we should go. We should leave the bodies and head back towards the Vault of Swords, because I'm sure some of you need a little bit of rest.
Are we closer to the Vault of Swords right now, or the Tower Whimsy?
Right now, you would be closer to.
We're on the other side.
Who's got?
I can't answer that.
There's a map here.
I'm still very disoriented.
Dora's backpack.
Yeah. So. Whimsy is.
That's where she would find the map. It's in her backpack.
Yeah, Tower Whimsy is closer to the.
Wait, Tower Whimsy.
So
It's closer to the marketplace.
Yeah, I still
Here,
have
I'll get it
like
for you
2
in
and
just
3
a
on the
moment.
map.
Okay, so
if you mind holding that up to the camera for the
Sure.
stream.
So we're
you,
here.
up there.
we're
we
near
are down
5.
here.
Where's good?
So Tower
Yeah,
Whimsy
number
was
3 is
3.
No, just up to.
Yeah,
oh,
so we're
yeah,
way
hold it
closer
up
to
to
the
your
Vault
screen.
of Swords than we are to that.
So that is right, and I'll hit it for chat, just for your reference, chat. Tower
Ramos,
Whimsy is
laser
number
time.
3, which is Twain, right
know.
there. Twain's not a pilot.
Right.
I can shoot him in the eyes with lasers. All right, thank you very much, sir. Our lovely assistant. Fine. Take a bow.
Thank you, thank you.
You should see him turn letters.
So it is.
Where was the inn?
He looks fantastic in grass. I'm just
The
saying.
inn that we never actually visited yet, but that the dumb
and
waiter
of
would have
course
been
it-
lowered,
Yeah, he looks
We don't know. We don't know. We never went up there.
It was Keith's mom's.
We heard the name of the inn.
Yes.
If we had heard the name of the inn above the secret
Number 3
dumb
was
waiter
Tower of Whimsy.
underground,
Yeah, Tower Whimsy.
I didn't write it down.
Whimsy
I
So
recall.
Whimsy.
Whimsy.
Thank you.
so I don't recall the name of that inn. So finding it above ground would prove
It was.
difficult.
I have this.
It was
I know this.
awful name.
Hold on. It was something about swines or something. Hold on, I have this. Diamond in the dung.
There you go.
Now, did we mark down where? Do we know where it is?
Judging by basically what we've mapped out from the sewers and up here, we should know roughly the area. And I believe that might be closer than where we are.
Okay, so let's start heading towards this inn that we may or may not know where it is.
You know
I don't
where
want
it
to
is.
know.
If you've forgotten,
Oh no, no. Merkesh has 8 intelligence. He doesn't even know
Okay.
what he had for breakfast today.
fine. Roll
Did we have
a
breakfast
history
today?
check with advantage for me. This is how we cue things if the players forget things the characters know.
10.
10?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, it
fairly
is.
easy for you. The Diamond in the Dung is the inn that creates the false front for Lyrlin's round. It's literally directly over where you guys were in the round.
So let's go to there.
And on your map, it is represented by number. Yay, tabs.
That's the only one that's missing, I think.
It is represented by number 1.
Oh, wow. That close to the
Oh, it's further away.
Oh, that's not surprising.
I'm not surprised.
We'll all get there.
Okay. Let's move to wherever we know the closest
Sorry,
place.
one is called what now?
Sorry?
One is what?
It's
On the map?
Diamond in the Dung is the
Did
name
you,
of the tavern, yeah.
Did you rifle through those bodies?
There was
Yes.
nothing on them.
As the rain continues
There's
to
a couple
pelt
points
down and the soft light of gray begins to come darker as the night sky comes behind this overcast blanket. There's a cat. The rain continues to beat down. The muck underfoot is getting more slick, treacherous to walk.
Feeling really miserable right now.
And I would like to be out of the streets as soon as possible.
Yes. I agree.
Despite the fact that it's raining really heavily, I'm still rather warm.
Yes. Well,
As soon as you
That's
have
a
that,
method
hear
of
that
review.
thought, you hear the clanking of metal and footsteps coming towards you.
Do we hear from which direction they're
It's
coming?
another patrol approaches.
Let's head away from where they're coming
Let's
from.
not. Yes. I'm so not stuck.
I'm already. I'm
We
already.
can go back down the alleyway that we came and head back to the tower.
Head back
it
in the
was a
same
short
direction.
run,
The
same
west.
direction we came.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's
We're
coming from that
backtracking.
way. We go the other way.
Oh, absolutely.
Round that corner.
Yes.
Back down that same alley we exited from. Yes.
Goodbye.
Alright.
And we know the way back to the tower.
Do, 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 do.
As you make your way into the nearest alley, let's have a group stealth check. As you attempt to
Do I have to do
navigate
this
your
with
way
disadvantage
back.
because
Oh, you're
I'm
wearing scale
scale?
mail now. Yes, roll yours with disadvantage, please.
You said stealth?
Scale mail's disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, both of those are awful.
Scale mail just means you don't
12.
get any bonus, but you're not proficient in stealth, and the conditions are not working with you being so heavily armored. So 12?
12.
Okay.
24.
24.
12.
11.
11.
Where did I go?
Not my dice.
Alright. You cut down an alley, begin to navigate your way through, as best you can recall, to your intended destination, which is it the Vault of Swords that you're headed back to?
It was the closest, yes.
Yeah.
Vault of Swords? Okay. It's fairly quiet as the rain pelts down and creates a glistening, sleek sheen on everything, save for the ground underneath you, which now begins to tug at your heels as you trudge through the slick mud with and despite your best efforts to remain as stealthy and quiet as you possibly
Right.
can,
Yes, ton of
this noise somewhat belies you. And you hear some voices. You hold up for a moment, crouch low. The voices come and go, echoing down an alleyway, just about 5-10 feet to the north where you are. Slowly creep up and around the corner, peek your head around. You just see the trail of a cloak go by on the other side. Seem to have avoided it for the moment. With renewed caution, you continue to make your way back to the Vault of Swords, and you find yourself backs flattened to the cold stone wall that you originally exited from, in between a residential building and an alley that looks out into the opening where the front entrance of the Vault of Swords is, as too is the front of the Thayan Enclave.
But we are down the alleyway underneath the same place we repelled down from the road.
That's correct.
So I'm going to take the same grapple hook that we lowered ourselves down with and throw it on up there.
Okay. Roll a roll an acrobatics check.
Awesome. I'm going to use 1 luck point.
Okay. And this is how I pulled the
Guidance.
That was a natural one.
You have 3 per long, right?
Yes, 3 per long. So I'm down 1 luck point, and
Okay.
my acrobatics check would be a 22.
You see the rope course over the stone ledge of the balcony.
We're about to rest, so.
Scrapes along the ground as it finds its catching,
Carry me up there.
but it eventually pulls taut on the banister.
Tamasin, up you go.
Tamasin's first.
Wait, I would like to assist her in walking up because I am going to cast spider climb on myself.
Spider climb on yourself?
So I am literally walking her up the wall, a la old school Batman.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
So as Tamasin goes to reach for the rope, you feel a strong grip of Ranquess around your waist.
Weird.
As he begins to scale the wall, foot over foot, and pull you up with him. Make a strength check for me, please.
Yeah, you can't carry.
That
I'm
that's
in the
straight
dirt
check.
again, aren't I?
That would be a 3.
Okay, and you cast
But
it
I'm not
yourself.
I'm not carrying her. I said I was assisting her up. So
Okay, all right, then we'll.
So
I
I'm
didn't
so
say carrying her
have
up. If
the
I was gonna
rope.
carry anyone up, it would be Chyna. But
Fair enough. Okay, we'll
I'm also
wreck
wearing
on that. That's a
floor.
fair point.
So
Go
you're
ahead and make
scrolling
your
with
make your
I'm giving her
acrobatics
advantage.
check.
That's the thing.
But because of your scale mail and the wetness, it would have been a disadvantage, which is where
Just
I
roll
was
it
going.
normally.
So at least you balance that out.
That's a
and
natural
that's
20.
20. So you see Ranquess
Whoop.
begin to puts one foot on the wall, rights himself vertically.
Boys.
The other foot goes up, and he begins to climb the wall.
I just walk.
And he extends an arm, and he's kind of lifting you as you go to hold. As you
I'm
pull,
Just saying, you
rest
guys get
arms
weird
hold.
every day.
And you eventually get up and over,
Yeah,
and the
no
last
worries.
thing
It's
you
a new
see
trick.
is the glinting scale mail of Tamasin's greaves as they upend over the banister, and Ranquess deftly jumps over to join her.
So fine, you're up next.
No, actually, I'll go last. This
I-
rain can cover me if anything should happen.
Alright.
I would just like to keep using my movement because I'm easily just walking along this wall to go and assist everybody else to walk up this wall as well.
Okay, fair enough.
So everybody gets either advantage or if they had disadvantage, back to normal.
Passive perceptions for you three.
14.
12.
I'm in the window, so you're on the screen.
Passive perception.
Well, that means you could look down and actually
I
do a
could.
perception roll.
Oh wait.
True. True.
Possibly.
Where
could do that.
is that stat?
What's your
Let's see what the
passive?
DM says on that.
How do I find that?
Passive perception is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. So what's your
12.
wisdom modifier?
If you're
12.
proficient in perception.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then you should be good.
12.
12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let us all roll initiative.
I knew I should have taken alert.
You can't take all the feats.
Watch me.
You can't take every feats.
What is with these dice?
It's
That's
gotta be you,
another
man.
natural one.
I was gonna say it's a one, isn't it?
That's gotta be you. That's,
Second natural one.
Would you like
that's
one
gotta
of
be
mine?
you.
That's
Figure
fine.
out all the d20s that I have, which one works for you.
It's gonna be a good night for me.
I'll go with this one for now.
Okay, well you got that one as a backup then.
I just love that I'm in the window. Guys.
You are, yeah. Perfect
Hey.
vantage point for like healing.
I think this is my worst initiative roll to do.
I can do all the zapping.
Yeah.
You get a heal. You get a heal.
I'll teach you to forget your dice.
Although I have to admit, I feel really bad for the dude that's gonna try and like jump us right now.
Yeah.
Because we got
Because like
super
there was
powerful
a whole huge fight that went down like last episode that I didn't get a piece of at all.
It's true.
Tamasin, what'd you roll?
13.
13.
12.
16.
16.
4. 4.
Swear to God.
And did you roll for...
What was your
Chyna?
passive, Tamasin?
What's my passive? 50.
perception. unbeknownst to you, as you're so consumed with getting up, navigating this slick, wet surface up the rope, unbeknownst to you, you've been encroached by 3 guards who have found at least the 3 of you, thinking this a fair fight. They're going in for the prize and the prestige of bringing you in on their own, perhaps foolishly on their behalf, remains to be seen. As the first guard throws a spear at Ranquess, seeing you on the wall, presuming you to be the greater threat, throws a spear.
He is literally standing on the wall.
A 9.
That misses.
As in the rain, it flies through in the it flies through in the slick, wet rain against the sound of rain pelting the rooftops, pelting the sides of the walls, the slick muck, and flies off the side of the building. Ranquess, over to you.
That guy just threw a spear at me, so first I'm going to warn my friends, basically just tell them, guys, look out! And then I'm going to throw a firebolt at the guy that just threw a spear at me.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Tides of Chaos to give me advantage on this.
Okay.
And that is a 23.
23. At the one that
just threw
23
hit me, threw at me.
Okay.
All right. And that is 7 points of damage.
So, as soon as the spear leaves his hand, your firebolt catches him sharply in the chest, knocks him back a little bit. Tamasin.
I will poke out the window and
Looking over the banister now.
Well, you're on the balcony.
really, yeah, whatever. Look over the banister at them, and I will cast Sacred Flame at the one who just attacked Ranquess.
Okay.
It's a Dex check
Right.
against my spell DC, which is higher now. It's 14.
Ooh, coming up.
He rolls a 10, which won't do it.
So he takes. It's gonna be a lot. It's 3.
Awesome.
Zappity. That's what it looks like.
I totally just cost myself a surprise round. I set all that up and then I went into regular initiative, so I lose. I had a surprise round and I just lost it for you. So, no, sorry, that brings us to yes, fine.
Very well. So I'll follow
Don't
up
do
on
that.
the other 2 attacks, and I will target that last.
The same guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
same
Good
one.
stuff.
So move up with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Headshot if I can, and I cannot.
Okay.
That is a miss. I'll swing around with the reverse elbow to the solar plexus. Natural 20
You break his chest in half.
for 1, 5, 8 points damage.
Points damage. As you whirl around, you feel the solid elbow just crunch into his rib cage, and then you feel that rib cage crack and split as he chokes up a little bit of blood and flies back on the thick muck encased in the soft ground and ceases to move further.
Wow.
Brings us to the second guard. Seeing his buddy in a pretty tough state of repair, but he's closer to you. The other one has come up behind you on the south alley. He's gonna lash out at you with his spear for 9. It's a miss.
Mhm.
Take it. As you dodge deftly, just batting his spear aside. Merkesh.
You chose the wrong alley, pal. So I'm going to draw my rapier, smile, and advance menacingly on the one closest to me
Okay.
as I draw my short sword, and then I'm going to jump him with a flurry of melee attacks,
Okay.
starting with the rapier, which will be a 10 to hit.
That's a miss.
We're gonna... No, don't say it's a miss yet. I was gonna say I was gonna use luck. You already said that.
Well, that one's a miss.
God damn. Okay, so then I'm going to use my short sword.
Use luck
offhand
faster.
attack. That is an 18. 18 hits, yes.
That's a hit.
Okay, good. And I do 9 points of damage with my offhand attack. Max damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna action surge
Okay.
to get another main hand attack. And don't tell me if I hit or miss yet, because I may want to use luck.
You used your bonus attack to attack with your short
I
sword.
use my offhand attack. Yes, I'm action surging. That gives me another action, because I'm a fighter.
But doesn't it take a bonus? Oh no, it doesn't.
Action
Right,
surge
sorry.
is
Yeah,
just,
see,
just
it's
a
been
trait.
too long
Yes.
since it's too long since I fighted.
Since you
So,
died.
Go right ahead.
so the rapier again.
Yes,
don't tell me if I
absolutely.
hit or miss yet.
Okay.
That is a okay. No, I'm gonna take this roll. That is a 17 to hit,
Okay.
16 to hit, 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, good.
Wow, luck is hard to deal with. Duly noted.
There's no way
'Cause
these
he
guys
has
snuck
to-
up to us and
and-
plate.
And he can't know the outcome of the roll before he uses luck, which is why he's getting me to wait. He's right about that. So with luck,
Because
just really
otherwise
quickly
it
for
makes it
chat,
broken.
You've got to you have to decide whether or not you're going to use it before you know the outcome of the roll. It's one of those things. Sorry, go ahead. Merkesh.
I rolled minimum damage on this one, so I only do 4 points of damage with my
4
main
points of damage. All right. Yet it is still enough to fell your assailant. That you came back with the rapier.
Yeah.
As you distract with the rapier, follow up with the short sword, spin around and finish with the rapier, piercing it straight through out the back. The other guard is pretty scared right now. They have obviously bitten off more than they can chew, and now he is backing up into the alley again, and he, with a whimpering, weakened voice, yells, "God! God! City God!" And he begins to run down the alley.
Oh,
an attempt to
that's
get
a
away.
problem.
But
can I
he
cast...
is close to you,
Shit, it's not my message.
so you do have a reaction left if you want to make an opportunity attack.
I will make an opportunity attack.
Okay?
Don't tell me if I hit or miss yet. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Okay.
that was another one. That dice is in jail. Let's get. Oh, what the hell?
I'll let you roll it on the book. 'cause
On the
that's what
book.
You've been doing.
Okay,
Keep it
so
on the
that
book.
is a 17.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay, and the damage this time I rolled, and that's also a 1. So 4 points damage.
Okay.
I'm really good at doing 4 points damage with my rapier.
Can I cast hold person?
How far down
As he
can he get on
rounds
his
the
movement?
corner
Shit.
and moves the full, starts to move the full 60 feet straight down an alley. It's the one, for posterity, this is the one that you guys went down. So for now, it is your turn, and you have a clear shot down the alley, but he's 60 feet away.
He needs to be stopped, like now.
He does, but he's not around the corner yet, right? He's
No,
right there.
He's ran and he's bolted straight down this alley. At the very least, between light piles of garbage and a couple of outcroppings where stairs are forming, you can see the back of his silhouette making its way
Okay.
expediently down the alley and away from you.
Magic missile.
Magic missile coming up.
Magic missile coming up.
Level 1.
Yes, level 1. So I am going to use one of my sorcery points to do empowered spell and re-roll the 2 and the 1.
Okay.
I'm going to use another sorcery point just to re-roll that. Alright, so he is taking 3, 6, 9, 12 points of damage.
12. Okay. As your magic missiles arc down the alley after this now fleeing former assailant, they catch him squarely in the back. You see him continue to move, but you realize the momentum is him falling to his face as his legs bend up over it and he skids to a halt down the alley, narrowly escaping a potential problem for the party.
Makesh has put these bodies in the
We
trash.
should get these bodies out of
we
the
should,
alley.
Yeah, we should probably put them somewhere, but where? We gotta stop dropping bodies all over town, guys.
Well,
What
if
the
it's
devil is this? As Ainsley appears behind you.
Hello.
Tamasin,
We were just coming back and then we were set upon.
I heard the shouting.
We're fine. Everything's fine. It's under control.
She
We've
moves out and
completely
you
managed
see
the
Ainsley's head
situation.
appear and peek above the banister. Oh no.
I'm literally like 5 feet from her on the wall.
She says, we'll help you. She just
As I'm like
through the
dragging
curtains
some
back
dude's
into the room.
legs.
Yeah, can I follow her? Because I can't come back up the window.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, you follow her through.
Come after you.
And you're wearing Tempest Battleguard armor and you're
Yeah.
human right now, so.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you're
okay.
So we're making sure these bodies are dragged back down into the alley. I would like to make sure no one's going to see.
Okay, who's going for what? You've got 2 in the alley and two in the alley near you and one that is 60 feet.
I'll go for the one that's out in the street.
Fine.
Well, you're back.
The
going
one that's
back.
further
Oh,
down
that's
the
right.
road.
I'm going faster than
Because
I
you're
can't
the
jump.
fastest.
I will actually use another spell and cast Expeditious Retreat, which gives me like a double dash for my turn. So basically, I will use my dash that I use on that turn to get out to him, and then just start dragging him back down the alley. So
Sure.
So I'll take the one furthest.
Free movement now, so make a strength check for
Because you know
moving
these
the
always
corpse.
go well. That's not bad. 13.
13. All right, so you managed to pull him back. You're still pulling back at half movement, so Ranquess makes his way with lightning quick speed to the body, wraps his arms underneath and begins to drag him, but his metal is starting to scoop up clumps of mud now in the soft, wet soil, making it a little bit difficult for you to pull him through. You guys still have the other two in the alley.
Yeah.
I'll
so
take the
I-
next
I
furthest away.
Grab the one that I cut down.
Okay. Strength check.
While I'm pulling him and I notice the mud keeps
Come on, stay
getting
on the
caught, then I actually cast
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation on him. So all the mud is out of his armor and I keep dragging him.
Alright. As it becomes this liquid form and even lifts off his armor, the rain very clearly and easily washing it away.
Market today, aren't you?
Do you need guidance? I'm in.
You should have said that earlier.
Needs to
That was
wash it
another
away.
natural one.
Yeah, sorry, no map for this one,
So-
guys. We're theater of the mind mode right now. Yeah, so as the dirt just slides away easily and it becomes a little bit easier to lift.
I
which
should be
gives you
counting.
some,
It's like 5 now.
He definitely smells better.
and yours was
A natural one.
natural one. Can't seem to get a grip as your hand slips and slides. Chyna's home and the dog's going batshit.
I'm not
crazy.
gonna
Fine,
use. I'm not
what's
gonna
it?
use a luck point.
No luck points for that.
Yeah.
man.
My strength check was a 7.
7? Okay. So same, just having some
What's
trouble
the
getting a good
strongest?
grip on it, but otherwise you're pulling them together. What do you intend to do with these bodies?
Tamasin goes down here and just one hands this.
You said that down the alley there were like a bunch of rubbish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Throw them
add
that way?
to the rubbish, I guess.
As you
I would like to
as you're
search
making
the
your way
body
down there,
while I'm
Tamasin
carrying it.
appears around the corner, just walking slowly with 2 Tempest Battleguards. They just tell you to be calm and act normal. As you turn down the, you notice now there's nobody at the guarding the front of the Thayan Enclave when you come out. You round the corner, you see your friends. As soon as you're out of view of the opening, the 2 Tempest Battleguards flanking 2 human males, run forward to help you guys with the bodies. Go ahead and make your checks again with advantage, and you're back in the fray now too.
Hey guys. Anyone
You
need
gonna
help?
help? You gonna help me with mine?
No,
I'll help
What is going on?
10.
10.
Yeah,
With advantage, I rolled 2 1s.
Guys, if we get
I guess
if we
guidance
get
on
another,
Jones.
if we get $10 in donations tonight, we're buying Merkesh some new
don't
dice.
understand.
No, I was using my dice, which
unless
actually
you're
roll
enjoying
fine.
watching him fail miserably, either of which are perfectly fine
He's
outcomes.
the one that was rolling really
Okay.
well.
All right,
You
That
so
is
you're
the 6th and
slowly.
7th one.
Wow.
So now you're slowly. This is becoming quite a labor with the rain and the muck to try and get these bodies down the alley, and to a point where you can
Can
at
I
least
guess guidance on
discard or
Merkesh,
hide them.
please?
Sure.
Guidance for Merkesh.
Okay.
It gives you an extra D4 or something.
Okay,
Yes,
so
for
if
your next one.
I'm gonna add a D4 to that one,
I think that's got to be an
and that's
attack
4. That's 5.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah, but it has to be.
I think it's a skill check.
Has to help him on an attack, doesn't it?
Skill
Nope.
check.
No,
Skill checks.
skill check,
Skill
saving
checks.
throw.
Okay, sure. All right, good stuff.
We'll confirm that.
Yeah, it is skill checks.
Okay, so roll a.
Because until you said you took it, that was one of the ones I took.
I feel like this guy's body is like a sack of flour or something. I don't know. I can't get it off the ground.
Let's roll a deception check with advantage as the guards help you to all 3 as the guards help you to.
Okay, deception.
Okay, 'cause
I can do. I can do
I'm
deception.
proficient in deception,
But-
so can you?
Yeah, I can't.
I don't
Hang
think you
on.
can.
That's a 12. 12 with deception.
Okay.
So good. 11.
Mine is a 24.
Okay.
You're
Wow,
just
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Managed to
crap.
hide the
look
bodies.
who's big swinging Dick Steve over
But
here.
with the amount of time that it has taken, with the amount of extra time it took you to hide those bodies, some companions have come to see what happened to the guard that was positioned outside the Enclave. And as you near the edge of this alley, now facing the wall of the Vault of Swords, you hear more voices out in the courtyard, in the open area. Who's on guard? I don't know. My shift just changed, Captain. Where are the
Inside
other 2?
now.
Everyone in.
Okay.
I'll go last.
You're already
I'm
in. Oh no, you're
No,
back
I'm
now.
out now.
But you can go back
I'm
in
least
with. You
conspicuous.
can go
I
back
can go back
in
in
with
with
the
the
actual.
Tempest.
Where am I? I guess I'm invisible because I was listening and nothing happened with me.
Chyna, I just rolled a 1 for Chyna. Fortunately, she's here.
It's deep mud.
Chyna goes to lift her flute to her lips, but then suddenly decides otherwise. Thank you.
Alright, inside.
All right,
Inside.
let's do another group stealth check.
Which of these 20s will fail me this time? I choose you.
I guess guidance.
No more on the book. No more on the book.
On the book.
No on the book.
On the book.
Off the book.
20. Not natural.
What's a 20?
I told you, go
Dirty,
off book,
dirty
man.
20.
That's a 6.
Okay.
You said with advantage, right? You did say with advantage?
No, I didn't.
You didn't say with
No.
it.
He did not.
It's a group stealth check. We're going
That
average.
is an 8.
anyway. It was an 8?
8.
23.
Natural 20.
23. No. Roll a d20. Or I'm rolling it for you.
Don't fucking roll it next week.
Relationships have ended. For
How
Lex.
too domestic.
Shadowvar your shit, guys.
Oh, let's see. Alright, okay.
It's only.
I'm hoping to crit this.
What are we doing?
I crit that.
Stop. It's plus your dex bonus.
Yeah, I don't remember what that is off the top of my head.
Right on the side there.
I can see
What
it's
did you
plus
roll?
3.
Okay.
11.
That 11 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Barely enough to avoid immediate detection, but they're still occupying the front. The 2 battle guards say we'll go out.
No,
Don't
I have plus
expect us.
5. I didn't roll an 11.
Okay, you rolled a 16 then? Okay, good. So you're good.
Even
The
better.
2 Tempest guards go out in the open, and they just go about their business. They greet the guards who are out there, giving you a brief moment of opportunity to make your way back up the wall. What do you do?
Oh, right up the wall. All
Just
right.
going back in the front door.
What's my jump?
I'm
You're still
going back up the wall.
Okay.
you're still spider climbing, right? Okay.
What's the duration? The spider climb.
Oh no, I'm not spider
Is
climbing
it not
anymore.
concentration?
Spider climbing is concentration, but I did
concentration.
expeditious retreat to be able to get the body quickly. Which
Okay,
is also
so-
concentration. So right now I'm just really fast.
Okay. fair
So I would like to try and climb the rope.
enough. Going up the rope. Acrobatics check, please.
That is I don't have acrobatics, so that is just a 6.
Okay. Having some trouble getting up the rope. It's slick now after having sat in the rain for
Am
some
I back
time.
in the... Did I go back in through the front door? Am I up on the...
It's up to you.
Yeah.
You
I'm
tell
back
me.
in through the front door.
Okay.
Because
Tamasin
I
goes with the guards as you slowly make your way out into the open.
And then can I
space.
go up and help them from the top?
Presumably.
I will do that.
I will attempt to use Mask of the Wild to hide. Still quite rainy, yeah?
Oh, with your Wood Elf
Correct.
affinity, yeah, sure.
And
So
then,
lightly obscured. Roll
cast-
a stealth check for me.
Okay.
This is for your hiding as opposed to.
Right, yes. That's an 8.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Step of the Wind to double my jump, and I'm going to hop right up onto the balcony. How high is it?
It's,
well, I have 110
It's less than 20 feet, and I think you
Okay.
can do a standing jump for like half of your movement or something. So, no, that can't be right. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
less than 20 feet. You can make it.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
tiny ring.
We'll have to look into that because I'm not sure how that affects
So
jumping.
you did not successfully climb said rope.
Nope.
Now, your stealth, you have a hard time, even with the obscurity, finding a way to do that stealthily, but fortunately, as Tamasin and the other 2 battle guards round the alley and begin to greet the guards, they're distracted, so they don't notice you, but you do manage to get a grip, a little bit of a slip on the wet concrete, but you lift yourself up over. You look
Hey,
down.
short stuff. Up the rope.
All right. Okay. I go.
Okay.
Here I am. I'm up the rope. Keep going.
Roll an acrobatics check. You don't get to just.
Yeah,
say
sure I
things.
do. I'm just going. That's 20.
Okay, you're up and over, slim and nimble and,
So
and light as.
we're gonna let him try and climb the rope again. I'm gonna go up behind him and try and help him. Which
Oh.
means
I feel safe.
I'm going to make my successful acrobatics check, and then he's gonna make his with advantage.
Okay,
So I get on my acrobatics a 17.
no problem.
Do you want me to roll with disadvantage since I'm helping him?
I get a 16.
Because yours is your own, right? You went up, and now you're just kind of lifting, helping him. You get a
16.
16. As you get up, your hands slip a little bit, but you reach up and just find Merkesh's hand as he hoists you up over the banister. Everybody in, you tumble in together, in but still being somewhat quiet and considerate.
Pull up the rope, pull up the rope, pull up
Good
the rope.
call. Ranquess pulls up the rope behind you. Damn. As you quickly coil the rope up, and you burst through the curtains as they billow in, and you find Ainsley and 2 battle guards standing with Tamasin in this room now, which seems to be a makeshift, or not a makeshift, a guest bedroom. Fine linens around, and Ainsley looking with a somewhat horrified expression on her face but she
We had
still
a truly
seems...
terrible night.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 moment.
No, wait!
Prestidigitation.
Wait, Ainsley, have
Hello.
you seen my
As you
flute?
clean up. As before your very eyes, they...
No? Ignored?
And,
Seriously,
and the
have you
dirt,
seen my
the
flute?
dirt rolls off.
We're all dry. The dirt's off.
Right there.
Oh, you didn't hide it.
No, what?
Like
I might next
smell.
time. Thanks for the idea.
I'll get something else.
Ainsley, I don't mean to
Down this
cause you any alarm, and I offer my most humble of apologies to you. We made a mess. We made a mess of a couple of guards. We've been dropping bodies all over town.
What?
I wasn't even there the first time.
Subtle.
I'm a very
The
bad
bodies are well
actress.
hidden.
Well,
Yes.
come in. And she ushers you into the room and she closes these doors behind you as the sheer billowing white silks come to a rest. She ushers you back into the observatory around the front. Battle guards stand watch at the door. Notify me the minute you see anything out of order. Yes, matron. Yes, matron. With a clunk, 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 they make their way down the large marble staircase into the foyer. You all follow Ainsley. Presumably, Ainsley leads you across the foyer into the observatory room where you were before. And she sits a little disheveled. She nervously fixes her skirts and gathers them around her feet. She says, "Sit. Let me know what I've gotten into. I told you we will help you as much as we can, but I cannot risk the lives of my men and women. What happened?"
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly the spokesperson, but I arrived at a scene where there were a couple of bodies on the ground, my friends included amongst them. We hid some bodies. We came back here to try and climb up the balcony, and 3 more guards came at us. They attacked us.
It was
self-defense.
It was my fault. I was confronted by a god and I didn't know what to say and I didn't know how to lie properly to them and we had no choice.
It's true. She's a terrible actress. She really should take some lessons.
Wait, so
Thanks,
Next-
Chyna.
No,
That's
I'm
really
just
helpful.
saying.
You're really
I
making
shot
myself a
them.
steam right now.
I'm just saying. Like,
Calm down!
perhaps-
Calm down! Silence!
music?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
This would be Tamasin's roll, but I assume yours is higher.
Wait, I don't have any charisma.
20?
She stands. She
Dirty
says,
20.
"No more, please. Thank you." And she puts a hand on your shoulder. She says, "Sister, do not worry. I apologize if I came off quick. My intention was not to lecture. I simply need to know what the situation is. Of course, we're in a very delicate position."
We apologize for any trouble we've brought you.
Understood. Thank you.
Is there gonna like
It seems like it's not as dire as we may have thought.
so in the room that we're in? Is it like a dining room table? Like what?
It's like a sitting room with pillows and this large kind of window with sheer dressings that are covering.
Any pieces of cloth or rags or anything around anywhere?
Just a couple of blankets, a small low table, some pillowed seating.
I grab one of the blankets and proceed to clean the blood off my weapons because, like,
I've prestidigitation. We're done.
I should have said something before.
As you-
That's right.
As
He
you
did. He said press.
I did. I said the second we got in, I went, oh, excuse
did
me.
you do it on
And I
everyone?
did everyone.
Oh no. Okay, sorry. He did it on everyone. I didn't understand.
oh yes, you did. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He did when you got up on the balcony.
Okay.
Because we
So
were
you're
covered
clean.
in
My
mud
mistake.
and everything.
I was about to make an RP error.
Yeah, she was about to get upset with you for destroying her linens.
So
Don't worry, I could have fixed it.
is there
I'm a dry cleaning
It's
service.
morning now. Have you guys already served
not
breakfast?
quite yet. Not quite yet. It's still late in the day. It's probably into the evening now.
I thought we had gone through the night.
Nope.
No.
We went out because it was raining and
Yeah.
overcast, and we went out during the day.
Did we eat?
No, I don't think we've had
We
supper
ate
yet.
before we left. It's still day, so we can eat now and then take a rest.
Ainsley moves over to the window and just peers very carefully through the shears. She says, "It looks like they've changed the guard at least. It won't be long before they start looking for those who are missing."
At least 6 bodies. 3 in the alley, 3 in the market area.
Where? Show me on the map.
And I point to where it is. Yeah.
Ish.
Somewhere inside
There was
the
a
walls
hay
of Hillsfar.
wagon right there.
Alright.
And yeah, we left
Selling.
several there.
I feel so bad for that
Another
guy
young-
who's selling hay.
Another young, red-headed young woman peers into the door. "Yes, ma'am." Gather gather the acolytes on watch tonight. We have work ahead of us. Take the 2 battle guards in the front. Go to these locations carefully, child. Do what you can to clean up this surface.
We're just planning on resting, right? That's the plan?
As she exits, she's dismissed. Presumably they're gone to at least see what the situation looks like. Hopefully cover your tracks. She says, my ability to help you is thin. We will help make sure that your trail is not as evident. However, my resources are limited beyond that. I must look out for my people. I will try to help you in any other way I can, but
All we ask is sanctuary.
you shall have it.
And food.
You shall have it as well.
And maybe access to supplies and weapons.
I feel really
Full compensated, of course.
We can do some. We have some basic supplies that we can offer you. Now, shall you be spending the night here then?
Yes.
At least the next
If you have
4
some-
hours at least.
Some small barracks area where you can put us up, yeah.
It doesn't have to be big.
Alright.
We're used to sharing small spaces.
Yes.
Just perhaps the back of the vault of sorts, back of our building. No windows, but if we are
I'm used to
questioned in the night, then we should be able to stay off of their, or out of their vision.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Well then, I'll leave you to it. I'll have one of my acolytes tend to you. Make sure you have fresh, clean water and that you're bathed, although you seem strangely pristine. And I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay low. She escorts you into a large kind of a room that looks like it hasn't really been furnished yet. The acolytes bring in some floor mats for you, some warm, natural fur blankets. They set you up with some basics, some oil lanterns in the corners. Otherwise, just a basic stone floor, stone walls, some exposed dark oak beams, and now the soft flickering, the orange glow of the oil-lit lanterns permeating the area. The acolytes close the door and leave you to your peace. What do you do?
Rest? Is this a short rest?
Just straight to rest. This will be a
Long
long
rest.
Okay, wonderful.
if you're taking.
Yeah.
Now, Merkesh, are you holding all our coin?
Oh, yeah.
If I,
Now keep in mind the next day is the day that the Shadovar prisoners are scheduled to
Right,
be
yeah.
executed.
I would like to be as prepared for any occasion as
It'll be
possible.
daytime around here.
Wait, so you're saying the sun rises after we go to bed, and then we have till noon before they're dead?
That's correct.
So we
Oh,
can't
okay. I thought
sleep
you
all
had it
night.
the whole day. No, we can't sleep all night. It's got to happen
We have to
tonight.
sleep
It's going
8
down.
hours. Yes, we have to get up in the darkness.
Right now
So
in
4
our
hours,
time,
Which is-
you're
which
at
is why if
probably
we
about
sleep nap this
7
evening,
o'clock.
so
Yeah.
So if it's like
so we
7,
sleep
Yeah.
now, we're
Oh, we
up.
can get up at 3
We're up
a.m.
by-
That's
in
8
the night.
hours.
Yes.
so we're like the late night raiders.
Yes.
That's the way we run because they don't have dark vision. So
Yeah.
we've been, since we got into town, we've been running our schedules off of sleep during the day,
Yeah, there haven't been
attack
any
stuff at night.
daylight excursions to the
Other
market
than the
square.
rain, which is
We are
it.
mole people.
Technically.
Okay.
Technically, I cast light.
Anything that you want to cover off, compare notes, share with one another before you turn in for the night?
I could do some cool new
I'm
tricks,
just
you
feeling
guys.
really salty.
Who can I try Crown of Madness on? Who wants me to try it on them?
I
I
would
think I'm gonna
like.
pass, honestly.
Alright.
Okay, I'm going to go to my bed now.
So before we settle down, I'm gonna find some space.
I'm just afraid of
Okay, like a not like an open courtyard, but because I'm not going outside, but an inside room that there's some room to move around, and I'm gonna practice my forms with my rapier and short sword.
Okay. That's
Just
Merkesh,
sharpening my edge.
Merkesh squares
that for
off a
everyone?
small area and
Gotta
begins
stay
to
sharp.
run drills. Now, Merkesh, you're finding as well that as you are.
You can hear.
What did you go for after? What was your feedback?
Lucky.
Oh, lucky, right? So irregardless, not a word, kids. Don't use that.
Don't use the word irregardless, please.
Regardless of that, you begin to work your drills, and you're finding that the time that you've spent with Drin has sunk in with you, and you're finding that you've been able to find some way to almost amend your own battle techniques that you learned through years of practice with Fex in the Callum Desert. and it seems to be making sense to you. It's almost like an extension of your own learning as you guys watch Merkesh, despite not being able to hit things previously, beginning to really kind of come to unity and harmony with his weaponry.
Can I make a performance check?
No.
Okay.
Chyna's into it.
Chyna's into it.
Chyna's into it.
Just call me Garrett.
And on that note,
No, the
Yeah.
pirates
what do you
stop
do
now.
Yeah.
3 hours before you all wind down?
Tess
Well,
is like this in the
I-
corner.
I suppose I will,
Called
since
the
like
Wild
that.
Mage
once
for
more
nothing.
for
I
sunrise,
like
I'm
that. That's
gonna
actually cool.
use my pin and contact my favorite person ever.
Okay.
So I take
The
my
fact that-
pin out and I give it a
Fact that
little
my
rub.
forms and both her and him were both watching
And
intently.
I'm like, hello.
As it warms in your hand, you hear the now familiar voice of
Yeah, always.
Shalair enter and resonate almost in the back. You guys can hear this. You've seen Chyna do this now. She holds her pin, she concentrates into it, and she seems to, her lips begin to move. Yes, agent.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are things in Hillsfar?
Oh, things are interesting.
Still alive. That's good.
Well, barely, but yes. Lucky us. We think we have
That
found
is awesome.
a way to infiltrate the area where the prisoners will be brought. So our goal is to go there tomorrow and set up some sort of ambush. So
This is tomorrow.
it's tomorrow. So, if we could potentially have some setup to get us out tomorrow as well, that would probably be helpful. Or some sort of distraction in the city to give us some sort of way to be able to leave.
Understood, Harper. I did relay your message to Garrick
Yes.
that the plan would be coming together in the next day. That was yesterday, so I will certainly relay this. Did you have anything in mind?
Oh. Fire? Airdrop? I'm not really a planner for this type of thing.
Right. Well,
could
we'll
Garrick-
leave it to Garrick.
Well, I
and
trust-
will relay your message.
I do trust Garrick. You can let him know I trust him with all my
Garrick,
heart.
Garrick and a group of 3 archers could make it seem like there's an
There's
attack
no,
outside the walls.
Unfortunately, you don't hear any of this.
Oh, that's
You
because
don't
you're
know
in your
what's
head. She's on the phone.
So all good ideas are exempt. It's just Chyna
When
now.
someone's talking,
I
about
trust-
you,
doing all
they
the planning.
think
I
they're talking
trust-
to
She
you.
says, I'll
Well,
certainly
he's-
pass the message along and let Garrick know. He is attuned to it. He has been working with the Circle of Nine to come up with some kind of idea, I suppose, although they don't include me into that. I'm just the messenger.
Oh, well, one quick question before we part.
Of course, Harper.
There was this other bard around town, kind of disappeared.
Another bar.
Yes!
There have been many through Elventree during the Trade Merchants Festival.
Yes, but this one was a particular type. I believe his name was Al? I'm just wondering if he's been around since he's gone missing.
Not that
Al
I
Halen?
recall.
Oh, yes. Al Halen.
Not that I recall.
No?
Al, a bard named Al. I will
Al
certainly.
Halen?
Al Halen.
Yes.
How did you remember that without any input from anyone who?
I have notes. I write down things.
Well done. Fair. I will.
Goddamn
take
Al is actually my note.
this- So Al, a bard named Al. I will certainly put the word out. I cannot leave the House of Harp.
Well,
My
no, if you
soul
could just
is
ask
bound
Garrick,
here.
just when you talk to Garrick,
Yes.
just ask him if there's been any word of him. He'll
I
understand.
certainly will, Agent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yours.
And Agent,
Yes.
do be careful.
Yes, every time. Yes, we will.
God's willing, we will see you
Yes.
within the 10 day.
Of course.
Farewell.
Farewell.
And as her
was
voice
her signing
leaves you, this soft hum and numbing leaves your head, and the pin becomes cold to the touch once again.
Nice story.
While he is training and she is talking to herself in a corner holding a pin, which we don't question anymore.
Naturally.
I would like to ask Ainsley if she can send a message through her people again to Drin to let him know that we will be attacking throughout, towards late night, early morning, like 1 o'clock, 1:30.
You send word for Ainsley. She appears. You relay the message. She said, "I'll have one of my girls find him at the Rogues Guild, hopefully, and if
Thank
they
you.
can, we'll get the message to him."
Thank you.
What else am I to tell?
Tell him we are all surviving. We have a plan, but any assistance he can offer and the Rogues Guild can offer would be greatly appreciated.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Is everything else to your liking, I trust?
Cleric friend?
Yes, it's lovely. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Sleep well. Big day.
I wouldn't mind taking a look at the wares.
Certainly.
A simple spear, some extra health potions.
Is that a
I
song?
want to be ready for what's to come.
One of the
That's a
acolytes
short
guides you
rest.
down to a small
Full
armory
anyway.
just off the foyer, carefully making sure that there's no
This is a
activity
long rest.
outside.
Yeah, so
And they
we
bring
get
you
full.
in. There's a suit of scale mail with the Battleguard crest, similar to the one that Tamasin is now wearing. There are a couple of spears, and some kite shields, 2 or 3 kite shields in the room. Beyond that, there's not much. A couple of daggers that have a nice engraving of the crest of Tempest.
Are they? Oh, they're very specific to Tempest. I don't want anything left behind that could draw attention back to. Yeah. How are the spears? Are they just rather nondescript?
Nondescript, yeah. They look like fine polished wood with a razor sharp blade. Otherwise, fairly
Very well.
standard.
If I may, my friend Merkesh will, I'm sure, fit the bill. But I would like 1 spear, and if you have any healing potions, that would, I'm sure, be very helpful. I just like to have my own security because I've gone down a few times.
I really don't need any more weapons.
I will see what we have in our stores, and I'll let you know. Would you like to know tonight, or will I? bring
Before
it to you?
our departure, yes.
Right, fair enough.
Then I will take the spear and be on my way. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. The acolyte bows, and as you leave, she closes the door to the armory and bolts it. Waves her hand. Good. And make her way back up to the room.
I go over to spend some time with Tamasin and
I'm
ask
feeling a
her
little
to
salty.
teach me.
Go ahead.
On account of the fact that I died
Very
really
nice.
fast and couldn't help
Very nice.
anybody, but Ranquess is looking curious about what I do, so I'm going to spend some time teaching him some of my meditation techniques that I use to strengthen my healing,
Okay.
so that he can learn. Because I sense that his magic might flow along the same lines as mine.
Fair enough. And over the next hour or so, she takes you through some of the motions. Now, your powers are derived from your deity,
Yes.
so is your wish to learn to draw some of the power, at least from there?
I heal
Just some
with
of the
fire.
basics of it. Just some of the basics. So she takes you through some of the very basics. You
Mind
manage to
clearing exercises.
without committing to a deity and having the ability to refuel and repetitively kind of pull from that. You learn kind of the motions to morph some of your own arcane energy and bring that wild magic into some kind of almost like a modified version of how you use the heat and the power of your flame and the arcane fire that you command, and create your own slight version of at least one of those types of movements. But once you go through it, you find your mind and your arcane training immediately snaps you back to the former. So it's something that you can't grasp regularly, but you feel like you can recreate once in a while. So. Excellent. But otherwise, a nice
Thank
moment
you.
shared. And with that, we will take a very quick break. Let's bring it back in, guys.
Yay.
We'll jump back into the movement. Now, as we last left
And
off,
we're awake.
the team had made their way back to the Vault of Swords, reconnected with the Tempest Battleguards and Ainsley, who's provided them sanctuary. They made them aware of their current predicament, and they've kind of sent a couple of their allies out to do some various things. Ainsley has agreed to help make sure that the bodies are covered and stay covered, not eluding anyone to their either absence, at least for a certain time, although she did warn that they will at some point start asking questions as to where their companions have gone.
Okay, guys, they know how to
Furthermore,
count.
they've sent word to Drin
could have
and the
looked
Rogues Guild that they plan to make a move tomorrow, which is about to be today. As you awaken in the wee early hours, the rain has subsided. You no longer hear the steady pelt of wet, hard raindrops pummeling the city the way it was when you came in. However, as you wake and you enter the hallway, from any windows that exist in the building, you still see this grayish, white, overcast light coming in. So it seems like the rain has subsided. However, the murk of the overcast sky still looms, or would loom if it weren't nighttime.
Nighttime.
So you awaken around what would be about 3 o'clock a.m. our time. So, yeah. Yeah, so about 3, coming up on 4 o'clock our time. It is quite dark. The rain has stopped, as I said, although the ground and everything outside still seems slick with fresh wetness.
As we get up, and I mean, we all have got our rest on, so we finish that up. Is Ainsley up and about, or is she sleeping?
All seems quiet in the Vault of Swords at the moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna leave the room that they put us in and go looking for her.
Okay.
Because we should probably get an update to see if there was any kind of uprising from guards discovering bodies, and if there's going to be a higher guard presence on the streets. Like, we need to know that in advance, because if we know that in
walk
advance,
into the middle of it,
we can prepare.
Yes.
You're stalled by an acolyte who pauses you in the halls, agrees to go and fetch the matron for you, and before long, Ainsley appears in the hallway to greet you. I suppose there's no time like the present then, adventurers.
Now's the time. Is there any update from the guards? Is there more guard presence? Is there any uproar? Or?
My acolytes and battle guards returned about an hour ago. They feel confident that the trail that you may have left otherwise will not be a problem for us. We have not heard from Drin or the Rogues Guild, but my acolyte came back. She did say that she relayed the message. That's the best information that I have. They're on guard, they're keeping an eye out, and their proximity to your intended target, which is the arena and the building that you've spoken of.
Do you have dealings with any other organizations within Hillsfar?
Many our battle guards travel the entire
that you
course of
provide
the city.
supplies to?
We don't really provide supplies to them as such. Just carrying Tempest's message, providing martial support where needed. We act gently to quell some of the blind racism that exists in Hillsfar. That's the best hand that we have in the day-to-day ongoings of the city. Is there something particular that...
Just thinking of another possible distraction, but it's okay. I'm sure we can depend on our friends in the Thieves Guild. We thank you so much for your hospitality and offering us the sanctuary that you did. We won't be returning.
I'll get you your armor back though.
If it doesn't make it back, I will assume it protected you well, and feel free to keep it. It's a blessing to know that it has served you well, and all of you. Godspeed you. The task that you have at hand is not a light one, and I can't say that some of the bravest men and women I've met would undertake such a project, but the fact that you will shows might and strength beyond most that I've had the pleasure of experiencing, and I certainly do hope you see it through. I will know one way or another, and I will certainly make sure that our agents have their ears to the ground if we can help you in any other way.
And with that, I mean, I think we should
head for the window.
We head for the balcony, and once again, we'll be going off the balcony.
Couple of acolytes.
And I mentioned to her it'd be handy if she put some stairs back there. Just saying.
Duly noted. Thank you. I think we will trust the integrity of our fortification for now. But if we need to flee from the balcony with any speed, we might consider that in the future. May Tempest's wrath guide and see you safely through this challenge. Good luck, travelers.
And to us all.
Thank you again.
With the Stormlord's blessing, we cannot fail. Or we can't say the word blessing, but either way.
The last thing you see are the doors that close.
I'm sorry, y'all distracting the shit out of me.
I've heard of blessings.
The doors close, the
I know about
shears
breasts.
fall into place, sealing you off from Ainsley, her acolytes, and the warmth of Tempest shelter behind you. You now look out over the banister into the night air. It's chill, but the rain has left. The ground's still slick with fresh mud.
It's not raining anymore.
It's a cold, overcast night. You don't see stars. You can barely see the waning moon coming through.
I'm just blind.
Feeling Saloon's presence there. Well, it's not. It's just like
It's just
nighttime.
a
You
moon.
can see. You're not blind. Like if you leave here tonight, you'll be able to see.
There are street lamps.
Yeah, you get a call.
All
Where
right.
did I park?
We hooked the
Mega
grappling hook onto the balcony like we did
Okay.
last time. We did a couple good tugs just to make sure it's good.
Seems solid.
And
Sit down on the truck.
we're gonna lower Tamasin first.
Okay. Let's do a group athletics check.
All right.
I won't subject you guys to that.
That's a really good thing.
That's a natural 20.
Because that's a 2.
Oh, 19!
2?
Okay. Without too much trouble now, having traversed this exact
Hello,
entry
guys.
exit point numerous times now, you easily make your way down.
I've wasted
As footsteps
20.
all around you, you all land in the familiar now setting of the back alleyway.
Alright. Flick the rope until we get the grappling hook to
Okay.
fall off and roll it up.
Roll it up.
Throw it back in the pack.
Prestidigitation on the rope.
Of course.
Okay. Nice clean rope.
Everything clean. I'm not gonna.
It's like
I'm not
new
gonna put
hemp.
that over my back when it's got mud all
Brand
over
new
it.
hemp
Like,
now, and you're ready to
Which
make your
one
way.
of us was the one who cast Pass Without Trace last time?
I did.
Okay, but that takes your key points, right?
That's correct.
Okay, but we need those key points for something else.
I
So
believe
So
so.
you guys have
so-
everything now. You're at full health.
yeah,
You've
Yeah.
also gained half your hit die back if you've used them.
max hit die.
One quick note, just we're gonna pause really quickly. We're gonna meta for a sec. I think typically you can only use one sorcery point, or not one sorcery point. You can only use one meta magic in a turn, with the exception of empowered spell, right? So you can
Yes.
use empowered spell and another one, but can you use empowered spell
Empowered spell just says
It
in the
seems
writing
that
that
way,
you can
right?
use empowered spell even when
in
you use
addition
another
with
meta.
another one? And
So
presumably
if that other meta was
includes
empowered spell, then I can still
Okay.
use it.
All right, I'm with that. I just wanted to talk that out with you. Yeah, I like. Okay, sounds good. That makes sense.
I'm not trying to break the game. It's
No,
okay.
no.
It's okay.
I know.
I did my research. I did my research. I read the wording.
Our
Yeah.
human fire, our half elven fireball in good stead here. So, yeah, no, I thought about that too, and I just want to check.
cold.
Okay, we're back now.
All right, so
Tesla's
we need to
ahead.
make our way from here back to the ambush point, and then from there we've come up with a plan of how we're gonna do it.
You said you were the one who was there, so perhaps you should lead.
Yes, so I will lead,
Well.
and I recommend that we stick to the shadows as much as possible.
Yes.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay, let's group stealth as you head into the alley and begin to find your way through an untraversed back lane pathway.
Okay, that's okay.
7.
7,
11.
11,
14.
Terrible for me.
3. Okay.
I'm at the rear.
Right,
So.
blank, blank, blank.
The fresh muck and slick rain has
Goodbye.
made this terrain far more difficult to traverse than the first time out, your first couple of mini sorties, so you're conscious of it, but you do begin to make your way down the alley, the back alley. Where are we headed?
We're heading back the same route that I took to get there the first time.
Yeah.
To the same alley that I was waiting in when I had when I robbed that red mage.
Okay. You managed to, in the very early wee hours, you see lantern lighters coming out to extinguish the oil lamps lighting the main street of Hillsfar. You hear conversations come and go, but you manage to stay low. And somehow, despite the now more difficult terrain that you navigate, you manage to make your way back to your previous perch without any kind of hang. And give me a quick second, we're going to switch the map.
Oh,
First of
right, yes.
all, I will
Look away.
Look away!
Well, we can look away while we're still discussing. So,
Look away!
okay, so what I recall last time when I was here staking the place out, there were 2 guards posted at the front door that rotated every 2.5 hours or so. There was one guard that went along the wall, back and forth. He came by every 10 minutes or so. And there was one guard that shone with a lantern inside the windows of the balcony, and he passed by every 15 minutes or so. So there is a very brief window of about a minute where there's no guard presence on the wall or inside the room that I could see.
Was there any activity
Where are we?
on top, on the roof?
You guys are coming out here.
No, there wasn't.
As Merkesh is
There was a
explaining-
guy who walked along the wall and
Can
went
you
there and
put
went back.
us,
That's the guy I'm
Ranquess,
talking
can
about.
you put us
So we
over
can
by
get
that
to
little
the roof
ladder?
Instead of
Ranquess, by the little ladder.
They're plotting.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah, just
I'm
right
falling
here. Just right
over!
So we're all down here?
Yes.
here. Chyna sleeping on the job.
Well, I need to get my beauty rest.
So as Merkesh is explaining this, you have broken out into this. Oh, I'll wait till you guys are. I know you want to plan out. I know you want to talk it out, but let me just run this down really quickly because it might play a part in that. I don't know. As you come out here, you're still hidden. You see this old well that's sitting across from you. There's some open area here. These market wares aren't out because it's still night, but you can see what seems to be the back ends of merchant areas. there's a small, like a tiny, I would say garrison, but that's a strong word for what this is, but it seems like a small fortified building. It looks like it's part of the previous architecture of Hillsfar, and some more merchant areas over here. Towards me, you see the proxy building and the arena that looms up above the city, the building tops beyond, and that's towards where I'm sitting. So the arena is up this path, and you can see the proxy building that Merkesh is currently educating you on. Go ahead.
So the proxy building is over here.
Yes.
Okay. So as I said, I mean, that's a good idea. If we get on the roof, we can lower ourselves down from the roof. But as I recall, the wall that leads, the path that leads into the arena was at the same level as the roof, right?
Roll a history check.
That is a history 12.
Yeah, you do recall it. You recall it seeming to jut out. It's definitely not at main level, but it's not quite at the roof either. It seems to be the second level. Is best
Yeah, it would make more sense for us to get onto that
And the balcony
walkway and
was
then get
there
to
as
the
well.
balcony.
You also remember that's the same level, same elevation as the balcony that jutted out from the second level too.
Okay, so that's how we're gonna go. So what we need to do is either cause some type of distraction to draw the 2 guards on the front door away, or option A, them really fast.
Wait, what? Really fast?
Option A. Plan A is always violence.
Kill.
Violence. Graphic,
Yeah.
graphic and very quick violence.
Kill
Right.
kill quick.
So as you look now, you can see what Merkesh is describing, and it's the front face is a proxy building that is in fact attached to the arena. It seems to be so by this walkway that he's described. And as you are you moving closer, or are you sticking there?
No, I'd say we definitely move closer, staying in stealth as much as possible. We're gonna
So move
skirt
over.
around this building to over here. This is a raised structure, right?
No, it looks like it's fenced.
Or it's just like a fenced-in area.
So that is a. Oh, it's like it's a smithy.
Okay, so
this-
these are
yeah.
solid walls.
Yeah, well, they're fenced. It's about torso height fences there.
Okay,
These
so
cards
then we creep low, like,
Sure.
but we gotta get over there.
Okay.
So we're gonna. I'm going to lead the way.
Yeah,
I'm
what's-
gonna ask
so-
Fawn to come with me.
Marching order. Merkesh,
So-
fine.
So I'm thinking that Fawn and I'll go over to take a closer look at what's going on. We'll come back to report you guys. So
Okay.
we're gonna leave you 3 behind,
All right.
and Fawn and I, Omega Squad, are gonna go do our thing.
Very quickly, and okay, really quickly, kind of out of character, my inspiring leader thing that I picked, that's my feed.
Yeah.
So it says 10 minutes inspiring up to 6 people of your choice. But is it 10 minutes to take it to get the extra hit points for people, or is it the last 10 minutes? It's kind of written very vaguely, so I just wanted to get your opinion on
Hopefully
it,
it's
Mr.
written-
DM.
Page 167.
If it's written a little, if it's written a little bit better than.
Don't say better than how I described it.
No. You didn't let me finish.
Is it on 167?
You spend
Or am I
10
crazy?
minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up the result of the fight. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendlies
Yes.
within 30
Yes.
feet of you. All of those
So,
are
10
satisfied.
minutes to cast.
So you hear you and understand.
Is
Yeah,
it
so it's
so?
a 10-minute process. So it's a pep talk basically. Yeah,
It's
they
a 10
gain
minute pep talk.
temporary hit points equal to your level plus your charisma modifier.
What?
Okay, so I'm gonna start doing that
Okay.
right now.
So as Merkesh is explaining, you're going back and forth, you're sharing notes, and Chyna begins to bolster your resolve.
By playing some
Yeah.
music
Go
quietly.
ahead, do it up.
It's tequila.
Okay, and you feel like
She's got to play for 10 minutes, man.
Yeah, no. That was the 10 minutes that I was fucking with. Alright, fine. Roll me a perception check, please. Merkesh, perception check.
So how many
Yeah,
points
and
do you
that'll just, since you guys are
Okay.
downstairs.
6.
6 extra hit points.
Alright. You've drawn all the information you can from this area.
Right, and
As you make your way towards the proxy building.
So Fawn and I are like over here.
Yeah. So you guys are moving up, and you guys are just hanging back around the
Hanging
corner
out.
here.
Yep.
It's about, what are we at? Maybe 80 feet?
And when I give you guys the signal, you should join us.
Alright.
Will we know
So,
what this is?
will you
No.
let me know when that just come into effect?
It's immediate. Yeah. So Chyna's finished
Dying
pepping you
on.
up,
It's gonna-
plays a little bit.
So everyone adds 6
Presumably,
hit
it might be a speech at this point because
6
you don't want to
temporary
just
hit
like
points.
start playing music in the middle of a stealth operation. But
True.
So what is it? What's
We
the
are
total?
not throwing away our shot. We are
6
not
points.
throwing away our
6 points. So
shot.
everybody takes 6 points of temporary health.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, good stuff. Smart move, Chyna. And everybody has inspiration. Everybody take DM's inspiration at this point too.
College.
I meant to lead level 4 with inspiration
Dad,
for
I'm
all the
losing
great
stuff.
things that you guys have done the last couple sessions. Honestly, it was awesome.
All right, so
Now, as you see this building, it's adjacent to the arena. Immediately looks like a modern addition to the ancient soapstone exterior of the Hillsfar Arena. Chyna, you'll want to listen to this too,
I am.
because you can see it.
No, of course.
From the front, a dilapidated awning swings loosely over the main entrance, which is usually, as you know, Merkesh, flanked by 2 guards of the Tower Watch. On the left and right corners, rounded tower-like structures rise above the building, and on the top of the rightmost tower, a guard can be seen patrolling back and forth out of sight from your ground level vantage. A room on the right of the main level occasionally shows a torch, is kind of like what you observed earlier when you were scouting it the first time. A torch flickers as someone enters and exits the space through thin slits of windows that are barred on the inside. This is the right side of the building. You can also make out barking and shuffling of at least 2 or 3 dogs coming from somewhere behind the building. So now that it's late, you hear an odd bark, echo bark, every now and then, and just some shuffling from behind the building. 2 windows on the second level face out onto the street, and a large curved balcony extends from the arena side of the second level. As you observe notaries, sorry, you don't see that just yet. Every now and then you see notary citizens kind of moving out to the balcony. There's not a lot of activity because it is quite late, but there are 1 or 2 that walk out onto the balcony and they converse. You can't hear them from where you are, but they seem to be smoking or enjoying some kind of smokable substance. You can also, it seems to be covered by there's also a bridge in the rear of the building, which Merkesh mentioned. It seems to be covered by a standalone roof over this open air passage otherwise, and connects the building to the arena. Every now and then a service staff, so what looks like a service staff, comes out to attend to the nobles. Alright.
now from our current vantage point, the 2 guards are positioned by the door.
They're usually, from your knowledge, they aren't there currently.
Is there any movement on the walls or the balcony? Do we see any torchlight through the windows?
Perhaps the gods we killed.
Occasionally a torch flickers from this room on the ground floor on the right. You can just see through slits. There are bars between these slitted windows. And on the left side there's a similar type room, and you may in the same time observe 1 person kind of go in, a torch lights up, they leave, it goes dark again, and not again for some time.
I turn to Fine and I got a bad feeling.
As do I.
There should be a guard presence there, and I don't see anyone. So we should be cautious in our approach. But the time is now. We gotta move.
We're not with
So I turn my head past Fine and I bark out the signal. No tea.
Roll a stealth check.
That is a 17.
Okay.
the world's the most subtle note.
You just do it lightly so the sound reaches the rest of the group, and you notice, but you immediately look over your shoulder, back pressed against the wall as a chill enters your spine. But you notice that the guards, who seem to be roaming the top tower, occasionally peeking out from the balcony and back behind, don't seem to notice. Are the rest of you moving up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's pull the character tokens.
Oh. Alright.
And now avert your gaze.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm legit actually nervous
Wait.
right now, guys. I'm
Wait.
not gonna lie.
Yep.
Well, we
I'm
all
moving.
have 6 extra hit points.
Alright, so you see the awning,
Ah, right.
2 empty
okay,
stools
very
next to...
Mm-hmm. They are
and
very
actually,
empty.
do we have room to pull
Are
the
they
whole
made of
thing
wood?
towards Ranquess?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, I'm encroaching.
Oh,
Ranquess.
my space.
Really?
Say when.
Really?
Stop.
Really?
There, perfect. Yep, stop there. New battle cam next week too, I think. Hopefully, maybe. This
And
was great.
we were talking about 3D options. It was really exciting.
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming VR.
Oh,
It's basically us being virtual versions of ourselves sitting around a table.
You're right.
Until our special Blair Witch episode where we do it live.
All right, Tams has returned to the table.
back.
Okay, so now as you gaze upon this proxy building, the map is clear. The map has been made clear. What do you do?
I'm gonna. Okay, so
Those are really good.
I saw the torchlight go by, right in the window. I don't see
Yes.
it again right now.
Doesn't seem to be there right now.
Okay, so we
Just a
move
steady barking
now.
of
We
cars.
move fast. We get from where we are now to that door, and then around to the side of the building and up onto that balcony.
We're just running.
Running from where we are to there.
All right.
And get flat against the wall on this side.
Like
Alright.
imagine if you will, a giant searchlight just went by.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time.
All right.
I'm pretty sure everyone can run a little faster than I can.
Did we use a key point?
No,
No.
No.
Saving those for inside, eh?
we're gonna need those for the big fight.
Yeah.
Your call.
I only have-
I'm not
no,
trying to
I
play your
agree,
character.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay, so Chyna runs the slowest of us all.
I do.
So can you carry her?
If she's willing.
Oh, to be carried, of course. I love it when people carry me.
Very well.
But
Okay, so-
if he carries her, that makes her.
He's encumbered then, right?
Yeah, he's encumbered, so he has half speed.
She weighs
I-
like 60 pounds.
That's fine. That still gives me
She's under
25.
Oh, okay.
She's under.
Yeah, I'm very light.
You'll be fine.
Please, I'm
You can
very
carry
light.
me. No, you'll have your full movement, I guess, from what he's saying. So-
Okay, so that's the plan. We're gonna run from where we currently are,
You run
hidden
big
behind the
back,
blacksmithy
yeah.
fence, around it, and run straight towards the building.
Okay.
To get up next to it, and then we're gonna go flat against the wall, and then
Hearish?
see, take a moment to pause, see if we hear anything, and then move on from there.
Yes.
Alright. Sounds like a good plan. Or sounds like a plan. Who's first?
I'm going to take up the rear, as I want to make sure that everyone makes it across. I'm gonna send Fa in with Chyna first. Not that I'm the leader of the party.
No.
that's gonna-
Let's
Well,
go!
you are more familiar with the terrain. You were scoping it out, so
So I'd say you two go first, followed by you, then you, and I take up the rear. But I'm not going to cross until I see
Let's
everyone make it
see.
cross.
Okay. So you were first
yes.
With me.
with Chyna.
Right.
Okay. You grab Chyna on your
Chyna.
back. Chyna on your back.
Mhm.
Wait for the movement to subside as much as possible. Make a stealth check for me, please.
19.
You see Faerun and Chyna grapple up. Without too much effort, you manage to stay low. His feet shuffling. You don't even hear him leave. And by the time he's about 10 feet away from you, he almost becomes a shroud in the obscure darkness around the proxy, and you can just barely make him out now back to the wall as Chyna climbs down. You look up, a guard comes out on the balcony, looks over, puts a hand on the banister, acknowledges one of the nobles that come out. They exchange a few words. The guard goes back inside.
So tense. Also,
Who's
'cause
next?
Tamsin, go.
Tamsin's next.
With scale mail?
So we're just moved.
I think you just don't add your...
Just what I have my
yeah,
mouth.
just
Well, then
don't
I'm an
add
18.
your-
Yeah.
As soon as the guard goes and you see no other motion, you slowly, to avoid... You guys hear the... You go away. Your breath catches in your throat for a moment as her armor rattles against her greaves as she makes her way up. But you manage to find your way there without too much difficulty. Is Ranquess next?
So can you get the harp?
That is a 16.
Okay.
The nervous puke.
Ranquess follows. You barely hear the fluttering of his robes as he stealthily makes it below the awning. A torch flickers in this room, but you back against it. The glow briefly illuminates the area around you as the torchlight emanates between the bars out through the slit, and then the torchlight dissipates. As
Can I
whoever
cast guidance
caused
for
it
Merkesh because he's rolling
walked
like
past.
crap today?
You can do whatever you want. What's your range on guidance?
I think it's like 6 feet. Double check.
And is that a spell?
It's
Cantrip.
It's cantrip.
What's your range, guidance? That's a question. Oh,
Touch.
shit, it's touch. Never mind!
All right.
How are you gonna park any kind of airplanes if you gotta touch the damn thing? Come on, get some flashlights, start waving.
Left to his own devices. Merkesh is last. All your friends have made it.
I'm going to quickly make sure there's no guards anywhere in sight, and then I am going to run across. I'm going to run across, and do not tell me if I succeeded or not.
Palm sweaty, mom spaghetti.
Okay, we're good. We're good. 19.
19.
Yeah.
Ooh, you want to use your luck.
19. Bring on the guards.
All right. Merkesh follows slowly with his hands on his blades to stay their movement as he deftly joins you. Now the five of you, backs pressed against the wall. The balcony is above. You now hear conversation. You hear the nobles chatting. You hear the clink, clink, clink of greaves come out on the, or sabatons come out on the balcony as armored guards step out and walk back. Every now and then you hear someone catering to the nobles ask if they require anything, if they would care for a beverage. They seem to dismiss them.
Okay, so the
I'm correct about where we are against the wall here
sorry.
now.
Yes, so we
There's
can
also
pull this back a little bit.
On the ground floor, there is like a grate that leads into a supply room, right? Like barred windows.
Is this the balcony?
Actually, where am I? Nope. Cover that up again. So this is the room. This is the room that you saw the light coming out of. If we pull this back, almost like on a diagonal here. Yeah, keep going. This one now. Turn it diagonally. Pull it back this way. Push it towards Twain.
Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Keep going. Push it. Push it back.
Okay. This
Okay. Sorry. Stop there. That's right, because it's on the second floor. Jerk. So it's not on this map. It's on the map for the second level.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But it's basically right here. I'm sorry. We drew this like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember what happened yesterday. All right. So the balcony extends right here.
Okay.
You see the jutting walkway that I mentioned coming this way.
It's like here.
This like light arc here is the wall of the arena.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so
on the ground floor, there was barred windows that led into a supply room.
Right, those were the ones that were briefly uncovered here. They're barred windows right there.
So we can see into that.
It's,
moved up
yeah,
beside
no,
it
they
now,
don't
right?
quite look as big as they are on the map. They're probably about maybe a foot wide, and then there are bars in between. So you can see in there, yes. Yeah.
And there's
But
nothing going on,
it's
but that would
dark
be
at
a
the
supply
moment.
room, so it can be...
Looks like it. Roll a perception check for me as you peer in through. Actually, make an investigation, but.
Investigation is what,
Same.
intelligence?
Yeah.
So 14.
Okay. Yeah, you can see now as the soft light from the street level flows into this room, you see glinting of metal, and it becomes apparent to you that it seems to be armaments of some sort. Seems like a small armory.
Okay. Is everyone ready for a distraction?
I would say, yeah, cause a distraction now, and then we're
Wait,
going to.
what are we distracting? Right
We're
now?
going to cause a
There's-
commotion outside
there's-
to draw their attention over there, so
Oh.
that
We
we
can
can
get on.
Alright.
over there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Not draw their attention out. Draw their attention down.
Oh, you're going to do something to the supply room? Okay.
Like light it on fire? Oh.
I pull out my little gray bag. And I reach in and feel a furry little ball with a tail.
As you reach into the gray bag,
Oh no.
you feel nothing.
Where is he?
I did not use it the last time. I used it the night time, did I not?
Did you put it back in after he's a path then?
I don't know. That one I actually have charges of, because I didn't use all the charges yet.
Maybe that.
Maybe.
But there's nothing in the bag.
There's nothing in the bag, which means they must have some sort of magic dampening.
Oh no.
That's cool by me. I don't use that stuff.
But that means we have to go in the front door.
Oh wait,
use that
no,
stuff.
this is important because if that is I don't think maybe he just ran away.
You
That's
seriously
not
want to go
a
through the
good sign.
front door?
Ranquess.
You want to go through the... I thought the plan
You've
was
got
to climb the
that
damn
staffy
thing.
thing.
You want to go
What's
through
it
the front
like?
door?
With no distraction, how
I
are
head
we
over
going
to the
to
front door.
climb?
You said front door. I head over to the front door.
We're not going
No,
in the
no,
front
we're
door.
not going through the
hold
front
on.
door.
None of us agreed to the front door.
No, I'm talking here, but it's with no magic. I'm not going to be able to just run up the wall with the rope.
You don't know we don't have magic. You just don't have your furry little creature.
Really? Can you produce flame? Can you do that thing you do where you make flame dance in your hand?
Oh no.
Okay. So the spark's going out. Fine.
You're
we
an
do
asshole.
this your way and my
You're
way.
a fucking asshole.
Very
We
well.
go to the front door.
If that's the case,
Oh my god.
if we can't use magic, Chyna runs away.
No, I go to the
Seriously,
front door.
if we can't use
You
magic.
feel your energy, but you can't manifest it. It's just actually you go through the motions that you know to connect, and there's just
We're all having the same problem?
it's just not there.
Or is this just an arcane thing?
You feel like Saloon is with you, but you can't connect.
And
with
me?
her. What are you trying to do?
You're in airplane mode.
Create a minor illusion.
Create minor illusion.
Yes.
You go through all the right motions, but the Arcana doesn't seem to match.
Well,
Oh,
guys,
we are
I'm
in
out.
so
Good
much
luck to your
trouble.
friends, Ranquess, but we can't do this without magic.
I would like to pull out the detect magic wand and use that because that's actually looking through to see what could be causing it and see if I can investigate where this magic that's stopping us is coming from.
From where you're standing, back to the wall, you pull it out, and it doesn't seem to be responding either.
Oh, we are so much trouble.
Maybe it's just this area. Maybe we
Okay,
need to move.
so we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna kick in the front door.
Okay.
And by kicking the front door, I mean I'm gonna
You're
go
going to
check to
lock-
see if the door is locked. So I
You're
make
sneaking
I
in the
make
front
my
door.
way to the front door, and I'm gonna go see if the front door is locked.
I'm having so much anxiety. It's fine.
What? I think this is a
Go to the
terrible
front door,
idea.
guys.
Alright.
I think we should
Alright.
continue to try and go up.
Then we're
Oh,
okay.
one,
but
do two.
if we get in there with no magic, if we go through the front door, it's me and Fine in there first, and we can handle anything they throw at us melee-wise without spells.
Without spells, including healing.
Yeah.
If I have to
If
drag
there-
him out
if-
of there with my bare hands and to block away from here, I'll
If
get
there
them healed.
is one of those red mages in there,
Then they can't cast crap either.
unless they're the ones who are doing this.
Can we
to
peep in the
us.
window and see if we see any, like who we see?
From this one in this storeroom that you're closest to, like you guys are right up against the
Like
wall
someone
right
walks
now.
by, obviously. With
So
a torch.
right up against the wall, there's
What's that
nothing in there
second
right
floor?
now.
Can we just
But
pop
this
up
is
to
the
the
room that you
second
saw the
floor?
torch
Yeah, but
room
there's
in.
people
And Ranquess already
actively
checked in
on
there
the
too. And
balcony.
he saw that there were
Nobles
like,
and guards
armaments in there. You
on
can
the
see the same. So the
So the
soft
balcony's
light from
not an
outside
entry
seems to be
way.
glinting off metal.
But there's obviously one person at least making rounds in there with a torch.
Well, there's other nobles that were on the balcony like talking. We heard them.
As
No,
you're
no.
considering this below, stealthily, keeping a low profile, you hear a couple more nobles come out. You smell the scent of fine, like incense myrrh burning, wafting into the night air.
What are our
What
options?
Odds of them letting me in as a cleric of Tempest. I'm dressed like one right now and I'm a human.
Slim. Slim.
Probably. I
And
mean,
you
as
have
soon as
no
all the
business
rest
here. I
of
mean,
them.
they.
At the
I've
shower
come
as
to
well.
watch the sport,
That's not until the morning.
but there are nobles present. What are they here for?
They're here for the torturing of the people that happens inside.
You guys hear the sound of doors opening, the front doors open.
How should you come
As
to
two
bless
guards
them
step
before they
out.
die?
I don't know. Graveyard shift again. Yeah. Nothing ever happens around here, but Torin wants to make sure that our guests are well attended to. All guests. Yeah, that's right. They just kind of two guards exit. You just hear guards around the corner.
I've given him the signal that he's to stealthily creep out and take out the guard on the right. I'm going to stealthily creep out and take out the guard on the left.
Okay.
We're going to take them out now, quickly
they
and quietly.
Begin to
I want
make
to stay
your way
here.
around. What were your stealth rolls? Do you remember to your opponent?
Really high.
My stealth was a 19.
19.
I remember my
Yours
stealth
was
was
a
19.
16 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yours
Yeah.
was high
With me.
too.
16. Okay. As Merkesh and Faerun begin to take up a position, you can't get around to either side of them,
No.
but you can both. So they are. If you guys can put these
Is
on
this
the board
displayed properly?
Here you go.
on
Yeah.
either
There's one.
Right now, we're just seeing the outside.
One.
on either side. So you guys are like around here.
Two.
You guys aren't obviously standing
Right,
right
yeah.
there. But all right, so let's put Fine and Merkesh there-ish as they start to make their way towards these two guards. What was it? Said 19 and
I was 19,
whatever
he
it
was
was.
16.
Like, yeah, you guys are they're so wrapped up in each other, and you might even catch
They're
the
in
faint scent of stale ale as you make your way closer. And they don't seem to notice you creep up stealthily as the rest of you watch, your breath catching in your throat.
Before I actually jump on the guard, I'm going to make another hand signal behind my back
Okay.
to like the short one.
I'm pointing at you.
Yes.
You stabby stab. That guy.
Well, it's behind my back. I'm not seeing you acknowledge it or not. I'm just saying you.
Right.
Okay, so on 3.
Who expects me to go in there? Apparently. No, I'm not.
So
doing
on
that.
3,
Sorry.
3, and we jump them.
All right. Roll initiative, everyone.
Yeah, son.
Alright.
Oh! That's roll 20.
Ooh, very nice.
20 plus
So
your dexterity.
yeah, so 20. It's 23.
23 is John.
Bastard. 22.
Oh shit. Thanks.
Gosh. Chyna, what was your stealth roll? Oh, well, you were tied to Fians.
Yeah.
Okay. But presumably you're coming in after, right? These guys are going to take the first roll, and okay, roll a stealth check. Actually, no, we bundled you under fine, so yeah, that's not fair. Tamasin.
What was my initiative?
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
13.
13.
Oh.
5. And Merkesh is 22. Okay.
Now, would they go first though, even though I rolled the highest because they were like sneaking out?
You guys executed perfectly, which means you're going to get a surprise attack before anyone acts, which brings us to, well, you 3 are. Chyna. Start it out.
Why did I roll so high?
Hack the bone.
Alright,
Hack the bone.
I go and I guess I'm gonna sneak up behind him and stab him right in the spine
Make it quiet.
with my dagger.
You
With
can
your height,
try.
if you go between the 4th and
Well.
5th rib, you'll go right through their lung.
That
No
is
sound.
23.
Okay, that's a hit.
Thought so.
No
Which
call
one
shots
are
in
you?
50.
Which one are you taking?
The one I'm right.
Closest one?
Yeah, the
Okay,
closest one.
sure.
Would be nice if you could, but no contrast.
Oh. 10.
10?
And then
10 damage?
Yes, 10 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use my offhand for my dagger.
Okay.
17.
That's a hit.
Excellent.
You don't, yeah, okay.
What?
3 plus your proficiency, right?
What?
5 plus 5?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, that's it.
And that's 3 damage. 13 total.
Fine. Oh, sorry, Merkesh, my bad.
The guard that she just jumped on.
Okay.
He didn't make any noise or anything yet.
Not yet. It's all happening simultaneously.
Alright, so I'm going to sweep up beside Short Stack over there, and I'm going to jab my rapier into this guy's back.
Okay. Roll in attack.
Get him right in the same
Don't tell
spot.
me if I hit or missed or not.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's good. 19.
That's a hit.
Okay. So the damage, I do 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. As Chyna comes up, stab, 2 simultaneous strikes, and Merkesh, like a shadow, comes right over the top of her with his rapier.
Yeah.
Straight through his throat. He drops to the ground.
I'm going to
dead.
keep that momentum going forward as I withdraw the rapier and spin around his body as it's falling.
Yep.
And then dash towards the other guy with my short sword and then try and jab it right at him.
Yep, you can make that.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
I'm going to take that roll. That's 17.
That's a hit.
And I do 7 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
Okay.
It's all down to Fian.
Yes.
Fine.
Alright. Sweep
Merkesh,
around.
like a
already
silent
down.
whirlwind, drops
Yeah.
drops this
Oh, yeah.
first one.
That first one's down.
He's toast.
Oh, and Chyna.
and
Yes.
spins
Welcome
and makes
to
his way
Omega
over
Squad.
here, setting up your approach.
I withdraw my sickle
Yep.
and do a sweep across the throat.
Okay.
Slash.
Go ahead and roll your first attack.
That's this one, sorry. 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
1d4 + 3. That's 5 points slashing damage. And
As
then
your sickle comes, the silvered sickle glinting off
Yes.
the moonlight like a silent viper, slashing deep into his throat and sending a line of his lifeblood across the dirt ground as he falls to his knees, barely a sound made as he
Yeah. I was going to try and cushion the guy
falls to
falling.
the
Yeah.
ground.
Someone knock him over then.
For the moment,
I quickly whisper to Fines,
quiet.
get my keys.
search
And
the body.
I go over to the other guy's body, looking specifically for keys. You
Okay.
can look them for loot or whatever.
I still have my 10 minutes of magic. Do I see any items on them?
Where are you? So,
I'm
as you walk out around this way to the bodies, you pull out your wand.
It was still out because it's
it's
a 10
still
minute.
out?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
10 minutes. So
As you walk out around to the front, it begins, and you see a glow through it now, but it's not coming from them. It seems to be emanating from within the building.
So we need to get rid of that.
There's just
that's
a
what's causing it.
bright glow that seems to be dull by the walls, but you can make it out. If you were able to see it, it would be through the doors, like the wood of the doors. It's blocked by the stone of the walls, but it just seems to be this dull faint glow inside. And you catch this as you're looking over the bodies. It's like, oh, okay.
Since it's been raining and like cold-ish, are these two guards wearing cloaks?
They have cloaks. They have red cloaks. They have their scale mail armor, and they have the red plumes. Their helmets. Their red plume guards.
Okay,
Do
so
the
I'm gonna
costume
take
switch.
one of the red plume helmets. I recommend you take the other one. We're gonna put the cloaks on, and then you and I are gonna go through the front door. We're gonna walk right in, and if someone sees us, we're gonna give them a little grunt and nod, and then we're going to attack them.
Both of you roll a perception check.
Okay.
18.
7.
You put your hand on Merkesh, you suddenly get a pang that whatever the plan is, these guys are uniform. Every red plume you've seen looks exactly the same. Same armor, same cloak, same helmet. That's you just kind of notice that as well.
So we'd have to put their armor
It's
on.
everything.
Yeah.
You need to get them naked.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can help
I'm
That
with
would
that.
take too long.
I'm not. No, it's gonna take way too long to put their armor on.
I know
So
how to
forget.
undress someone quickly.
I mean,
So-
presumably that might give you
I
a
do,
brief
I'm just
element of
saying.
surprise.
Well, that's what I was
It's-
thinking. Like brief element
but it
of.
won't be enough to pass as a guard. Let's
No.
say.
I'm
Is-
not looking to pass as a guard. Just a brief element of. Oh, hey, wait a minute, I don't know you.
This is so fine as
is
it
the
is.
door currently open or closed?
No, it's closed.
It's closed. So I was just seeing that faint glow through the door.
through the door. Yeah.
Okay, so
Do we have the keys?
well, that's just it. Did we
Yeah.
find keys?
You each find a small ring of keys with 2 or 3 keys dangling from it. Ring of keys. Roll an investigation check apiece.
Investigation.
1.
5.
You're both bent on looking for keys. You
Yeah.
do find them. You seem to ignore any other kind of.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the ring of keys.
Material.
I signaled to the other guys that that magic's working over here. You said or something. You got a
Yes,
glow going
yeah.
on.
There's something
Uh,
behind this door.
I'm going to see if the door is locked. First of all, I'm gonna try the door just to see if the latch lifts. If there's a latch or a ring or.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll be disrobing this gentleman over here.
on your own time.
And I'll disrobe the other one.
Oh, it's
Okay.
killed out. I'm
So the
sorry.
rest of you, if your companions have managed to very swiftly and stealthily dispatch these 2 guards. What's your call as they begin to look through the bodies and collect the keys?
When I noticed the detect magic wand basically started working again, I would reach into the bag to see if I could if we're out of that dampening area. So is there anything in the bag this time, or is it still?
In the back where you are, you
Yes.
feel the familiar fuzzy.
So I have use of magic.
But don't need it.
Okay.
So
So
I tested a couple times, snapped my fingers, caused a flame.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Ooh,
why?
that's natural 20.
You manage to extinguish it and look up just as a tower guard. As the tower guard steps out onto the parapet and looks over. Doesn't seem to notice at all. He goes back in. Maybe they're underpaid.
Okay, so is the door locked?
As you test the door, doesn't seem to be. You just lightly push it back and forth. It shifts. Doesn't seem to be intentionally locked in any way.
Okay, so
I reappear fully dressed as a red plume.
Did you go? You pulled when pulled
Yeah.
pulled other stuff. What'd you do with the body?
I just left him over here by the side.
Okay.
Around the corner.
on the side where the
Fully dressed as a red plume?
like you put on his armor.
You hear it barking.
Yeah, there's
No, just like
Sorry.
helm,
helmet,
Okay.
cloak.
Okay.
cloak,
Yeah, helm, cloak.
maybe
Okay.
the shin
Say
guard.
to
Like,
don the armor, it would take you about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, we don't have time to put
Yeah.
on armor.
I
also
I'm not
grabbed
proficient in armor either.
disadvantage
I'm
on
like,
all
what?
your stuff.
I had also taken one of their
Mark it
cloaks and swept it over my shoulders and
Okay.
put the red plume helm on.
Dinah just taking a little.
So
I show you the bag again,
Oh, we should
and
see
I
this
tell
one.
you just to open the door.
alright.
Okay, so I will go with Ranquess's idea. I try to open the door a bit so he can reach through.
All right.
Does
You open the door a
does
crack.
door give?
Roll a stealth check for me.
Critter toss.
That is an 18.
Okay. You very slowly push the door open a crack without making a sound.
Just
Light
enough for a
spills
ball and
out.
tail.
Light spills out. You open it up about 6 inches.
And I throw a ball in there, which turns into
Up to
a
20 feet.
giant rat.
A rat?
As the ball
Whoa!
cascades through the
Do you
air.
have one?
Huh?
Do you have one?
Giant
I
rat.
will,
He's got a
yes.
giant rat token.
As the ball cascades, we're gonna wrap though. As the ball cascades through the air and lands, you hear, "What the is?" All of a sudden, this commotion from inside as the ball materializes into a giant rat. And that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Are you actually
So we're
stopping
gonna
it
wrap it
there?
down. We're gonna have to stop there for tonight. So as you breach the door,
Brutal.
throwing this animal in, and it materializes inside, presumably to the surprise of anyone on the inside.
Oh my.
And that's where we'll call it.
Yeah.
We can start.
Come back next Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
We're gonna see how this plays out. We're now just making a breach into the proxy building.
With the giant rat.
Shit's about to get turned up proper. We hope to
Getting
see you
turned.
next Thursday. Come back for 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks very much for being with us. Next time we're gonna have all new audio. We'll have all the overlays set up properly and all of our technical fun stuff sorted out. So thanks very much for your patience on the stream.